changing, but I think I'm the same now. Trying to get it jumping on my heart is posted. You could take me to the moon, I'm on that summer solstice. It's all in the past now, I'm looking back now. And lately feeling like I'm fading in the background. Scratched up like my vinyls, wonder where all the time goes. Know that it comes in cycles, I can see it with my eyes closed. Seems like a bomb at a time, run out of lines, I know I'm flying. If you wanna shoot me down, I aim a gun at the sky. I would if I could, swear I try. Got my home on standby. Wake up in the moonlight, everything is alright. Don't catch me on a one night, same day. I know I'm blinded by the sunrise. Know that everything is alright. Wake up when it's sun down. I wonder why you're screaming so loud. I wonder what you're screaming about. Are you ever seeing dark clouds?
Met this girl, she don't really like my songs though. She'd rather hear me sing like Rudy XO. He's on the team, and we true to the roots. Ain't nothing sweet, hit is heavy, Babe Ruth. DVO 3rd Street, that is the lair. This ain't first try, I made it through trial and error. I forced myself to go, and I looked in my mirror. I heard a knock and opened up, but there was nobody there. Everything was perfect, every edge and every corner. Life's an up and down, just like a roller coaster. About time had me clutching on the toaster. Nah, when provolone is up on the poster, that's alright. I tell that girl to slow up. She showed me all the love I love to not show up. Been moving fast, but they ain't seen us. Can't take what's mine like I just signed the prenup.
Wake up in the moonlight, everything is alright. Don't catch me on a one night, same day. I know I'm blinded by the sunrise. Know that everything is alright. Wake up when it's sun down. I wonder why you're screaming so loud. I wonder what you're screaming about. Are you ever seeing dark clouds?
DVO, the revolution is now. Rebellious, raging artists breaking through the underground. Golden, untouchable sounds, voices from Olympus. Here come the kings, give us our crowns. Walk away or bow down. West coast to the east, we're here to level it out. Making pounds, bro, I'll break it down. Got that jam blue, fighting style on stage. Nunchuck microphones, hear the hits when my bars are coming down. Lightning and thunder, cracking and opening up the clouds. Get pushed way back with the boom bap, hi-hats and claps. With the lyricists coming hard as the hell in the rain, followed by the fog of darkness. 3rd Street, the house with the gargoyles walking. Blue nose deeds pulling my chariot up flames above the snarling. This is the dog fight. I'm Michael Vick, but the difference is I'm in this ring surviving.
Wake up in the moonlight, everything is alright. Don't catch me on a one night, same day. I know I'm blinded by the sunrise. Know that everything is alright. Wake up when it's sun down. I wonder why you're screaming so loud. I wonder what you're screaming about.
That's what people use when they
Are you
can't
ever
control their
seeing
own
dark
behavior.
clouds?
They want to have a scapegoat almost, like
Yeah.
I'm this way because of this or whatever.
Yeah.
That is interesting.
So welcome to the show, everybody. This is the Provo Kid. I'm with Dylan and Brady. Last names are both Marriott or no?
No, Taylor.
Taylor.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
and then Marriott.
So welcome to the show. I'm going to have these gentlemen introduce themselves, but I'll leave their tags in the bios. But what were we talking about right before?
Astrology, I think.
Astrology, yeah. What was I saying? I was telling a story about my dad and just how when I grew up, I see these magazines. You don't see them as much on. I guess you still at Smith sometimes. There used to be Albertsons. That's where I went.
Dude, Albertsons.
You remember Albertsons?
Yeah, no, Albertsons. We had Albertsons in Colorado.
Oh,
But
lucky.
wait. What were you saying about finding it on the receipts? No, on the papers.
The magazines.
Oh, on the magazines. So there used to be these fake news. Oh, jeez, hold on. Shitty time to start the podcast. The screen went blank. Used to be these fake news magazines. I don't remember what they're called. Maybe the Globe or something like that. And so it'd be like, is Hussein? What's his name? Damn it!
Usain Bolt.
No.
Saddam Hussein? Is that who you go
Yeah,
with?
no.
Oh,
Osama bin Laden.
Osama
bin Laden. It's like,
Oh.
is Osama bin Laden still alive? Or like, there's these weird, crazy. You'd see it on, or where is he? And like, I'm trying to think of my youth. Of like, what kind of fake news would you see? Mermaids are still real. Like weird fake news stuff, right? And you'd be checking out like, I want to read that. And so it would always have astrology in these sections, and I was interested in it, and I asked my dad about it. and my dad's a behavioral psychologist, and he said that stuff's bullshit, Chance. As for people who want excuses for their behavior or who don't have direction in life. And so, for my whole life, I niche-niched astrology, so to speak.
Okay.
And then I was like, maybe there's something more to it. And then I think there is, because I found out it's kind of important to some people, and I just wanted to find out why the elites, that's what they say. What's the old quote? Millionaires don't care about astrology, billionaires do.
I didn't. I don't think I heard that.
Really?
Heard of that.
Yeah.
That's freaking. That's hard though, for sure.
Yeah, because everything's about releasing something and, timing and dates. And so,
Yeah.
I don't know how I got started talking about myself, but please, guys, introduce yourselves. Let us know. What are your signs? You're a Libra?
My sign, okay, Libra. That's a sign, right?
Yeah, what is that? Scales?
No, I think it's a stop sign. No. I'm a Libra.
That's a good sign.
Is there Libra, last name Marriott.
Cool.
Like the hotel, just the wrong side of the family. And then, dude, I don't know, man. I just wish it's fun hearing about you. Like, coming on here, it's like, that's the hard part about it. Like, sometimes, especially when it's, like, on camera and stuff, I feel like most of the time I'll just be sitting here listening to you talk, bro. I could just, like, shrink up and not say anything, But you gotta ramp up that energy, and you always have to do that, bro. But sometimes when, I'm interested in what you're doing, so, like, when you're talking, most of the time I'm just like, damn. That goes hard.
Sometimes I sprinkle some fairy dust knowledge in the things I say.
Yeah, for sure, bro.
It came, unfortunately, I spent too much time in the educational system, so I was compulsorily, I'm sure you two were both compulsed to go to school at the age of 6, or were you homeschooled, private school?
Oh, wait, what do you mean, like, go to kindergarten?
Yeah, 'cause that's compulsory. It's mandatory. You
Right.
can't escape it.
Right.
The government owns your ass.
Pretty much.
Oh, like,
They tell your parents, like, hey, check your kid in. We own them now.
Yeah.
Hey, where are they?
yeah, like, we will come find you.
We will come find you if
That's
they're not
crazy,
here.
Yeah, I like it though. Do you not like that?
Public school?
No, I kind of like public school, or you have to homeschool, right?
No,
They
I like-
find out if you're homeschooled.
Yeah, are you homeschooled?
No, I was never homeschooled.
Public school?
Charter.
Charter.
In Colorado,
Okay.
but then Utah, it was public school. So
Okay.
charter, yeah, bro. I remember I was in the freaking principal's office. Then I'm like waiting in there, bro. And then my brother starts walking down the hall. He's in trouble too. My older brother. He comes in there. It's because we had our shirts untied, bro. Missing a belt. Different
Jeez.
things. It was like, and then he's like yelling at us, bro. Me and my brother just in his office, third story. Third floor of the building, bro. I remember that.
He went to like Hogwarts, bro. His old charter school.
Really?
It's like a castle. It's like.
Well, it's not nice like that. It was a big school. So it felt like that back then. That's
Was it
what we'd always
Exeter?
say. What was that?
Was it Exeter?
No, it was just Twin Peaks.
Twin Peaks?
Charter Academy.
Was it in
I don't know if it's
Colorado?
still there.
Was it in Colorado?
Yeah, it was in Colorado.
Oh, okay.
It was in Longmont.
You didn't go to the top of the elite, which is Exeter Phillips Academy in the East Coast. That's where you
That's
get
what I'm saying. It wasn't
Bush,
anything
you
special.
get Zuckerberg.
I don't
you
think
get
it was anything
Yeah.
special, bro. It was just a charter academy that was big.
regular
and it
school.
felt like it. Yeah,
Yeah.
it felt like freaking Hogwarts just
Mhm.
because pretty much we were at school. I don't know.
They prepare you to
Just
go to
doesn't-
college. Essentially, right? Those charter schools are just designed to prepare a student to go to college. Isn't
Yeah,
it?
straight up. Yeah, just
Yeah.
like shirt tuck, belt, these pants, these shirts, and pick between what shirts you want to wear on what day and what pants.
Yeah.
You want to go tan pants with white shirt, or
Yeah. The white shirts always went hard too.
the white shirt. Yeah, white shirt. But finding a white shirt that was good, bro. You have to take care of those. But that was always Dace's thing: white shirt, tan pants.
Yeah.
So I did white shirt, blue pants, but
Dude,
doesn't matter.
that's lovely. I think school, to answer your question you kind of asked earlier, schools should be voluntarily. So, like, they should have all public schools available, but the government shouldn't be knocking on your door saying, send your kid to a school where they they need to go to learn these set of rules and facts that we prescribe. I think it should just be like, you want to drop your kid off and then tell the school to keep him there? That should be legit. Your kid can't escape.
Yeah. And then you hide the clause in there. I was like, no, we actually had to take your kid. Come on. Bring your kid in there now. Dude, I think because some situations are just bad. Some people are just bad parents, bro. So you have to.
You have to have school
you
available
have to
for
pay attention.
everybody. Yeah, it should be available, but it shouldn't be compulsory. Where I think because if it's just available to everybody, most people will drop their kids off. They're praying to God, like at 6 years, like, are you 6 yet? Let me drop your ass off.
Yeah, most people will. But I just feel like you might. Yeah, the only thing is you might have those one situations where they're freaking hidden in a house, bro. The parents are caught up on some bad stuff.
Yeah, weird things going on. And that's I see your point. Your point is there is some kind of interest in the state keeping, I guess, children safe, and that's one way the schools do that. That's a great point, brother.
Yeah, dude, I don't know, man.
I love it.
So I just wish my hair wasn't messed up like this, man.
Oh,
I bleached my hair recently, bro, but I'm about to cut it.
No.
Right now it's looking like a mop. Hold up.
Dude.
Nah,
Grow it out, brother.
What's up, Mom?
If you keep growing it out, dude, it'll it's gonna be peak 90s, early 2000s. The fringe blonde tips, dude.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, what it's coming back. Right, so just grow your hair out, bro. You're gonna be you got a good head of hair on you. Why would you cut it?
Dude, should I not cut it? Cut nothing?
No,
Even like trim up? Anything?
dude, it's your antennas. It's your spiritual antennas, dude.
Dude, yeah, I don't know, man. I have a lot of insecurities, man.
Oh, hey, me too. Line them up.
I'm a messed up individual.
I got a bunch, bro. That's why I have to talk to myself for an hour every day. I look at what I do. I'm like, sometimes I'm like, what the fuck did I just say for an hour, bro? You gotta have those same thoughts too, huh?
Respect to you for that, bro.
Do you write a lot of your jokes out, or what's your kind of preparation for when you get on stage?
Yeah, well, I have jokes, or I have like bullet points sometimes.
Oh.
Sometimes I have jokes, but like the jokes are in code, to me. So like, let's see a joke. Now I can't think of any. Okay,
you don't want to do it here. Don't burn them.
GTA. I'll just write GTA down on the paper. Like before I'm going up, I like to write it on a piece of paper, write it on my hand, and then I just go up there. But it's like stuff I'm like, these are jokes I can do. Mm-hmm. So go up there and just like take a deep breath and just try to have fun, bro. Cause you feel it inside. And like I've done it enough to where it's fun, rather than like before it was fun, but it wasn't as. Honestly, I don't know how I got through because the first 2 years of stand-up comedy is insane. Cause you have to always be doing it, but like you don't know a whole lot, so it's like always doing this one thing that
too much. I'm all over here trying to make sure everybody hears you, brother.
Yeah,
but
I like that. Sure. Was everyone?
But you. So I like the method you kind of just put out, and sorry for that audio disruption, everybody. I get this little voice in the back of my head and tells me like, make sure everybody can hear. But what you said is how I imagine everybody would want to prepare is bullet points, because it's hard to memorize an essay and go up with that because people can see through that, right?
Yeah.
If you go up with like word for word prepared, people are like, oh my god, this sounds like it's typewritten.
Like almost, yeah, like a robot. You're just sitting there repeating.
For sure, bro.
So you have these kind of destinations in your head you get to, and you have this, I guess, prescribed path, or
dude, I just have a bunch of stuff, and then I'll like be talking to people too. I don't know what I'm like. That's just crazy. Sometimes I'll do it, and I'm just like, dude, I'm like, I didn't know anything I was gonna say at all. Like nothing I said, I ever thought about saying.
Yeah.
Like that, and like having multiple. So it's like, this is freaking insane, dude. Like it's all, but it's like, freaking, it's dope, bro.
Do you watch film?
Goes on.
Like of yourself? Do you watch film of yourself?
Yeah, I got a bunch. Yeah, I got a bunch of film. And I have to watch it right after I do stand. Like I'm not gonna watch it when other people are still doing stand up or like shows still going. Just like because I've like done that before, and I'm like, what the fuck am I doing, bro? I'm listening to my stand up right here. There's stand up going on. Like I'm here. It's not about like we got that for later, but I think it is good to like make yourself watch everything you do, bro. Not in like you don't have to watch it with a certain mindset of like, all right, man, like what did I do wrong or something? Just like watch it, listen to it, because you like analyze and you can see it from a whole different perspective. Like, damn, bro. But some nights better than others. Some days better than others, bro. That's why you just do it all the time.
Yeah.
That's
And
what
even the
I'm learning.
greats miss. And it doesn't matter, I think, how high you get on a level. It doesn't matter. You still miss. Like, people don't understand that. Like, you can be a
Yeah.
professional baseball player. You still strike out. You can be a professional basketball player. You have a bad night. You could be a quarterback, lose the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And then you know what I mean? So it doesn't matter wherever you go in life or however high you get, failure is essentially part of the plan. Like, you
For
can't
sure.
avoid it. There's never a night where like, oh, I don't miss.
You good then, bro? Because failure is a major part of what I do. So, that's the thing about the silence we were talking about before.
Mm-hmm.
That's like, see, that's the thing. You never know, because you look at silence as like, oh, that's a failure and stuff, but it's not.
Yeah.
That's perfect. It's just like you have to time it right and like do everything you need to do, bro. But you're good. Like, don't look at it like that's a blessing right there. That's a gift.
Ooh.
And then it's a storm, bro. Either you can, I don't know what I'm trying to say.
No,
bro.
I was actually thinking a water analogy too. It's like a pond you can draw water from. Like, people look at silence like it's not good. Look at it as something is good. It's a well. Draw from that silence and pull towards it. Go do something with it. There's another
sure.
analogy I like to think of. Sometimes people think that the way out of something is to pull out. Like, I got to get away from this, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if you get bit by a boa constrictor, because their teeth are, I think the word's reticulated. I don't fucking know. But they curve inward, right?
Yeah.
So if you try to pull out, your arm gets all fucked up. So you push into the snake's mouth, and then you open it, and then you pull out.
Oh,
So in life, sometimes you really do, in order to get out of a trouble, you got to push into it before you can get out of it. And people think that the only way to get out of something is to run away. And to your point, if you run away from the silence, sometimes that's all you leave them with.
Yeah.
And you got to push into it and make something out of it.
Yeah, the pushing into it. Yeah, for sure, Ross.
I got another one. I was watching Page Master. You guys like that movie?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure I do either.
It's an old kids movie from 1994. So
Okay.
I loved it, dude. It's about this Macaulay Culkin.
Oh, okay. So I'm maybe if
Gets
I saw it, bro. Maybe
Gets
if
dragged into a cartoon, and he has to get out of it with the help of a couple books, like adventure, fantasy, and horror.
Oh, that's sick.
You remember that? No, you don't remember. But
No,
But
that sounds
anyways,
sick.
the opening to that story is like this boy has a fear of heights, and he's got to get over the fear. And what made him get over the fear was a greater fear. So he was forced to climb the ladder, and what made him climb the ladder was like a giant octopus trying to get him. So that fear made him overcome a fear. So you gotta sometimes people forget, like, if you use fear, it can help you to overcome other fears. And there's a big fear about going on stage, right? You must feel it, even if you've done it. I guarantee you probably feel some bit of fear.
Cause every time you have to come with something, bro. Every single time. So it's like, I get done with it. I'm like, dude, I don't know why I'm ever nervous. That was so fun. And then the next time comes, right there again. It's like, boom. I like have to be prepared with everything going into tonight. But like prepared just like on like a different scale, bro. Cause I feel like you can't over prepare like for stand up. Like some people just read off of something, you know, and you can just tell, like the audience, you can tell right away. But some people, like some comedians still looking down at something, you know. It's like
It's important. It can be.
Yeah, for sure, bro. But
For
sometimes
them.
I'm just like, dude, why? You can't be you can't be reading off a notebook and stuff, bro. That's what I don't know how it's like.
It checks you out of the audience. The audience
Yeah.
like, what is that his phone? Like,
Yeah.
because like when someone does that to you, you're like, do I need to go? Like
For real.
checking your nose, like, is you got another schedule? You got another
Yeah,
meeting?
so, all right. Yeah, it's scary when your girlfriend starts doing that, bro.
Yo.
Yeah. Oh, that's crazy.
That's real.
That's crazy. Oh, he still took you on a date just because he asked you along, dude. Because I started dating this one girl, And I was like, I'm gonna give relationships a chance and everything. And then 2 days in, bro, she messaged me and she's like, hey, this guy asked me on a date a while ago. I'm still gonna go on a date with him. So I was like, she's messaged me that, bro. I saw that. I was like, type back, cool. And then I was like, all right, I'm forgetting about this shit because there's only 2 days in. So I was like, yeah, I'm not giving relationships a chance, bro. That's not the road. But then we ended up dating for a while. No specific person.
Yeah, she must be a cool girl, dude.
And yeah. Yeah, but dude, I don't talk to her. God bless her. Bless the road ahead.
Yeah, but that's an interesting thing where people like have to close a circle. Like, hey, by the way, can I close this circle before I start something up with you? It's like, what? Like, what is this? What are we doing here?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't like I like closing my own circles, but sometimes you don't need to close a circle. Like, that's the best thing. It's like there's an analogy like relationships are like books, right? And I get to know you, and it's like reading a book. And eventually, you know, good relationships, you want to read them all the time because they keep growing and the story evolves. But sometimes you know how a story is and is going to be and it's going to end. And those relationships are best left on the shelf. And when this girl picks up that relationship, like, it's still worth reading.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Dude, that's the thing. Because I don't know how I got out of that. So we ended up just dating because it was like, I was like, still giving relationship a chance. And then we dated for 2 months. Halloween rolled around. So this year was opposite for me. But I still, because this year because the day before, bro, I don't want to say too much about all this, but.
Yeah, skip forward then. Let's talk about flat Earth.
The day before. I'll be saying some wild, just like spilling it out. Like.
Yeah, skip the small talk. Let's talk about real talk, dude. Ukraine. You know, no, that's boring, dude. How about this? I got a real question for you. Are you a road comic? Have you gone on the road? Tell me a few of your favorite places you've been in.
Dude, favorite place, Florida.
Oh, really?
This comedy club in Florida. But Hawaii was...
Wow.
Hawaii goes... Okay, my favorite place, though. My favorite place, Laugh Factory in California. Actually, that was my favorite place.
I saw your clips from that.
Yeah, that was insane for me just because it was Laugh Factory. Like, I saw this my whole life. Like, the other comedy clubs was like...
That background is iconic. When I saw you with that background, I'm like, man, no way, dude.
That place was...
It's inspiring to see that. Bro. Really?
God, do you know King Batch?
I'm not familiar, no.
Oh,
but now I am.
He used to just go viral on Vine.
Okay.
And he was like friends with Logan Paul. You probably know the Pauls, but like he was there both times. Like when I first walked in, I gave him a knuckle bump. I was like giving everybody a knuckle bump, and then I was like gave him a knuckle bump. Looked up, I just kept walking. I was like, I think that's King Batch, bro. You know. And then I told him later because he was there that time.
Yeah.
And I was just like, yeah, what'd I tell you?
Honestly, I can't remember
that might be Batch. And then...
Oh, yeah. That might be Batch.
It's all good. This man forgot.
Look back. Yeah, bro. That's for sure Batch, bro.
He was just helping with the lights, but he's like a crazy comedian.
Yeah.
Like, he was there both times. And it was like... Then he watched me go up and do like stand-up and then coming off. He didn't do stand-up, you know? He was just like there watching. So it was like... It was just crazy, bro. I'm just going over there, giving him my respects, even though he doesn't need my respects at all, bro.
Yeah.
But I was like, dude, you are freaking legend, bro. Like, I want you to know that. Like, you are a legend. I've been seeing you for longest time. Like, that stuff helps me, bro. Seeing funny stuff, and it inspires you, bro.
Yeah, running in the same circles with some of these people. Because as you, like, aspire and you climb your path, and then you start to realize, like, oh, I'm bumping shoulders with some of these people. And to your point, man, like, are you familiar with Sam Tripoli? He's a stand-up comedidian.
No, I'm
got
not
a photo
sure,
of him up there. He's a conspiracy podcast host of Tinfoil Hat Comedy. He's a stand-up comedian, but I've been a fan of his for a long time, and I actually got to do a podcast with him on his spiritual podcast called Zero. So this is a little plug for that. There are no ads for this podcast, by the way, and there never will be. Fuck ads, boys. But in some sense, just when you shared that story with me, it reminded me of just the experience of, like, if you pursue an interest and it's, you know, I would say pure in heart, you eventually like rise to the same levels of some of the people you look up to or you aspire to be, and that's a really cool feeling to have, to run into. Can I get another shout out for his name?
King Batch.
King Batch. I'm not familiar with him.
He's like, he's like in the scary movies and stuff. Like
Is he got it with his arm?
No, he wasn't. He's not that dude.
This is my good hand guy.
Yeah, that dude's funny. But there's some local people in Utah, bro, that are on. Like, we have people in Utah where it's like, this is crazy, bro. This is such a blessing to be around these comedians, podcasts like this.
Well, I got an invite.
BYU Cougar.
Can I drop the invite? So I'm doing my comedy special March 31st. I'm going to be doing a half hour. It'll be my YouTube special. It'll be the first time I ever do stand-up comedy and my last. It'll be a performance art piece. So and then I need a host, and I need you to perform too. So I'd like you be the headliner.
No, you got a headline, bro. If it's gonna be your first and last, bro,
No.
it can't be your last. It can't be your last, man.
That's a performance art piece though, because it's that's
sick.
That's not my path, but I'd like to just Will Ferrell played baseball one year, like in the minor league.
Oh, Will Ferrell? No, but that dude's.
It was like for a TV show, but like he just somehow signed a script where he got to do the thing he idolizes, and I think
dope.
You know what I mean.
Sick.
I just want to try it one time, and so for the most part, I'll probably plagiarize a lot and just copy all of my favorite comedians and somehow mold it to my. Should I just go all natural and wing it? Tell me about that. Don't just be myself.
Just be yourself, man.
The crickets for a half hour. I love it.
Dude, hey, the silence is good, bro. That's the thing. Dude, I promise you step in there one time, it won't be your last. It's like someone saying like, "Oh, this is my first and last drink of alcohol." Like that's what it should have been for me, because when I first drank alcohol, it was nasty. I used to be saying that, then all of a sudden come back to it, man. But we're not drinking alcohol, and we're staying off of heroin, but weed and shrooms, man. Weed and shrooms, but
weed and shrooms.
You use them safely. Weed can
DMT, ayahuasca. Can we throw those?
Okay, yeah, we could throw those in. But very caution when it comes to those.
Shaman, you gotta have a shaman.
Well, you hear who just came out using ayahuasca, right?
Who's that?
Aaron Rodgers.
Oh yeah.
Really?
I saw that.
And then he won back-to-back MVPs.
No way.
Yeah.
I gotta get me a trip to Costa Rica.
Yeah, for real. I need to find me an Aubrey Plaza too.
Yeah.
I'm about to be an MVP.
Which version? Like Bad Grandpa version or Dirty Grandpa version or?
Which all of them, bro. Give me Aubrey now. She's very cute. She's a very attractive young lady, but overall, man, you should just try. You should try one time coming to do comedy.
But then that takes away from the performance piece, because it's got to be one time only.
Bro,
and then if I come out of retirement later,
you can get all the practice you need in here, bro.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Doing stuff like this, yeah, for sure. Yeah. It's just you just gotta. But then in there, like people actually just like come in and sit down and like watch a spectacle. You know? That's what I like. That's what I realized, and it's like, shit, I can do stand up now. So it's like going into that. It's like now I just want to be skeptical, do different things, bro. Coming in being as 100% as I can be, sometimes that's the main thing to focus on. If you're not 100% in the shit, like in what you do, bro, it's.
You remind me of Michael Irvin. He's 100%er. That means anything he does, it's 100%. And I love that shit.
Dude, yeah. Try to be, because for me it's not always 100%. I'll be honest. I'm probably at like 45% right now, but
you're saving it. You're about to push later.
But just like getting up there, bro, I feel like that's the whole journey of life. Is just like you learn things. That's why I'm like bumping shoulders with. I'm seeing cool comedians and like I'm around them. Some of them are even my homies. Yeah. But for me, it's like. We're about to go off soon enough. Yeah. No, for me, it's just a long road when it comes to stand up, because it's the rest of my life. Mm-hmm. I've been doing stand up for 2 years, but in that 2 year period, bro, I've been going like.
You got a master's degree equivalent. That's
I got like,
essentially,
yeah,
right?
I got
you got a
at
master's
least a
in comedy.
bachelor, at least a bachelor's degree right
At least.
in there.
Okay, yeah.
But it's the start of the master's degree.
Yeah.
That's where like I really feel that though right now. It's like, cause like each week brings something new. You know, so you just like keep doing it. It's like this stuff is insane. I just love it, bro. So it's cool to see the stuff rather than being like anything else. Like it's just like cool. Like pulling up at Laugh Factory, going in there, like smelling it when I walked in. I was like,
Jesus Christ, it smells. That's one of the coolest things I've ever heard anybody say. Dude, the way something smells, bro.
No, the smell of walking in, bro. It was like Laugh Factory. It had its own smell.
Yeah, bro. It smells, dude. No shit. Can I share a smell story?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
So it's different. I'm about to lower the vibe. No, talk about something. I was about to lower the vibes, dude. I got some bad smells in my mind. I was thinking about what's it called? You got it?
There it is.
Oh, there's my phone.
Okay. I'll tell the story. Is that all right? Is it all right if I tell the story about the smell?
Yeah.
So I grew up with my dad as a behavioral psychologist, and he took me to what's it called? Group homes, right? So developmental centers, and those places have a smell. And I actually had the fortune to grow up and work in some of those places. And the only field of work I've ever had is working with people or individuals with disabilities. And it's funny when you say like a smell, right? And so my whole point of that story is when you know like a group home is being taken care of well, there is no smell. Or developmental center, like the smell's gone. There's a weird institutional smell to some of these places. And so
it takes you back. Like it takes you back immediately.
I didn't realize that because, growing up through church, we'd go to developmental centers sometimes just for like a youth activity.
Shit.
And they had a smell. Mm-hmm. They had a smell. I didn't know that was like a sign like they should have been running things a little bit better or something. But that's crazy.
Brother, they should.
They do have a smell though.
Mm-hmm. And it's unfortunate. And man, not a lot of them do anymore, God willing. But if you go to some places for sure they got a smell, and the smell is pain for me, like discomfort. Like I don't like it. But when you say a smell of a comedy club,
it was just
that's positive.
It was just like it was like a cool like walking in there because it was still bright outside. So like walking in, it was almost like a little bit after middle of the day. So it was hot down there, bro. Summertime, and then walking in, just like. Walking in there, like the smell of it, and like the posters on the wall and different things, just legendary. Iconic, dude. Straight up. I'm
envious, and you're in a great position in life too, and you realize some things that I think other people don't. You gotta push the pedal to the metal. Like when you're young, you want to enter stand-up comedy. I don't think it's a old man's game. That's why I'm doing it one time, right? Like I'm in my 30s.
I don't know, bro. They say you either blow up when you're 20 or 40.
Really?
So,
I like that.
So
well, I got 10 more years.
Too. I have a minute till I'm 40, so that's the way I see it, though. Honestly, like wherever I'm at right now, which I still have a ways to go. Like I haven't really been paid from stand-up comedy yet, which I don't. But I could. Yeah. You know, like I could.
You will be.
Till I get paid and everything.
You say I will.
Yeah, I will. Like I have though. I have, but it's not like I'm like a comedian out here because. I put respect on, like, actual comedians.
You're an actual comedian, though.
Yeah, for sure.
And here's a weird thing I want to talk about comedians, too. The reason I'm doing this special, because I don't like the elitism among some comedians, because they are the arbiters of comedy, and, like, who is a comedian, who isn't. I'm about to pull up, do it one time, and leave, and show everybody how to make a special on YouTube, right? And, and you know what I mean? It's going to be something different, because, I mean, you got Brendan Schaub. I like Brendan Schaub. I like all these comedians doing these things, like, Mark Norman doing his special on YouTube, and Andrew Schultz doing his special behind a paywall. And I might put this behind a paywall, but I'll tell you this: I'm going to sell out the venue, right? Mm-hmm. I'm going to record it. It's going to look professional, and it'll shock everybody. And the whole intention is because you like what you just spoke to is kind of a real, I'd say, culture phenomenon in comedy, where there are like comedy gatekeepers. Where like you're not a comedian unless you do comedy for. X amount of years, or you have X amount of stage time, or I think
there's kind of it's hard to put a number. It's hard to like weigh that though.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing. It's hard to weigh that, but there is something to like having, because stand-up comedy, you have to be a stand-up comic, bro. That's something different, making people laugh and
Yes,
whatnot.
tell me about
people,
it.
People forget how to even laugh, bro.
Mm.
Sometimes they're going in there and to give them a good experience. That's the most important thing, bro. So beyond who you are, anyone else, it's like it's stand-up comedy, you know. So doing that in the right way, I feel like. So it takes time. That's why looking at some of these comedians, it's like I see the elitism, like you were saying,
Mm-hmm.
but like some comedians that aren't on that level, freaking acting a certain type of way, you know.
Yeah.
But I mean,
But they should be putting
There's always-
ladders, and that's what I like about my favorite comedian is Ari Shafir. If you follow him on Instagram and you look at his stories, he posts other comedians. He's providing a ladder for everybody. It's not like, you know, this person's not a comic or this person's comic. He's
Yeah.
like, hey, this person's funny, this person's funny, this person's funny, this person kills.
yeah,
This person leaves a room full of bloody people in a legal way. You know what I mean?
watch me trip on stage, dude. I tripped going up on
Hold
stage
on, Mad Max
Monday.
Marauders are here.
Oh, who's here?
Mad Max Marauders, dude. I actually share the studio with a film set, and so they've been filming Mad Max #2 upstairs. So.
Oh, that's freaking sick.
If you guys hear any fucking fast footsteps, it's fucking Mel Gibson running.
Dude,
Yeah, bro.
pulling up here though, dude. Freaking getting us some merch. I just want to. Can I show this?
Oh, for sure, yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Echoes Horror, man. It was a.
Not even nice, brother.
It's what.
It's that 50-50.
Yeah.
Freaking. Oh my gosh, man. You just the man, bro.
Bro, bless you, brother. It's
Same with you. This is my cousin, by the way.
He's a good man.
He is a good man, dude. He's one of the best dudes I know.
Dude, you two are lady killers. I mean, there's a weird thing where when you're young and you're single and you're around other good-looking people, like you kind of become not like a weapon, but you kind of become dangerous. To like, and I don't want to say. Here's why you're dangerous. You guys probably, you know, I don't know if the weather. You guys set off floods everywhere. You guys are making women go crazy. It's like, what's going on, man? You guys causing natural disasters. Is it climate change because of you two?
I don't know, bro. I have a lot of girls mad at me, man.
Really?
That's all I know. You can't make everybody happy, man.
No,
You feel me?
even yourself.
Yeah,
Like,
that's the main thing.
Mm.
But it's not about like what making yourself feel good. I feel like is doing stuff for others.
Ooh,
Which both
service.
you guys, that's you guys, man. I
Oh,
need to be better at that too.
Hey, I'm gonna cut you off. Were you talking about comedy?
Mm-hmm.
Real comedians are medicine men, right? They don't see it like that, but you're a shaman, right? Because the best medicine, it's cliche, but it's humor. So if you can be, and I don't think many comedians see themselves this way, but like a shaman or a light worker for, like, you create a spiritual energy, and that's called laughter, and then you like almost like, God, you send it to people like, hey,
It's cool.
you ain't been ready for this shit.
Dude, it's really like coming in as like a school teacher for little kids or something. Like they can't bring anything else inside, like to that room.
Mm-hmm.
That's not good for them and whatnot. You know, that's kind of how I see it. Like when you get like, you have to provide that, bro. You have to leave everything. But it's funny because you talk about certain things, you know. So you have to leave more. It's more. You can't leave anything. That's the crazy part about stand up too. Is it's just you.
Yes.
So you can't really leave anything. So it's like, it's truly like, what do you have to actually leave? You know, whatever you're doing. See, sometimes I start talking, bro, and then all of a sudden I get to a point where I'm gonna go somewhere else with what I'm gonna say,
Mm-hmm.
and then I lose the other thing.
Pathways. You got pathways, brother. You got different. I'm the same way too, brother.
Might just be dumb.
No, me too. I'm autistic. I'm self-diagnosed. So self-diagnosed autistic. I'm same as Alex Jones. I don't know if you know who he is.
Alex Jones.
Yeah, but he's
I feel like I heard of him.
Yeah, but he's self-diagnosed autistic. I'm self-diagnosed autistic.
What's that grove called? That he does a lot. He did a lot of research.
Oh, Bohemian Grove.
Bohemian Grove.
Yeah.
What's that dude?
He's a conspiracy theorist.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'm not. I think the term conspiracy theorist is a pejorative, and intentionally so. So like if because you question authority, right?
Right.
In school, you're called ODD. what's it, obstinate defiant disorder. So like you,
Oh,
so now like if you even question authority, you have a disability. And then if you do it as an
Yeah.
adult, you're a conspiracy theorist. So like they
That's
got
one of my signs. ODD.
yeah, ODD for real. And I met kids who are like, I can't help it, I'm defiant. Motherfucker, me too. I'm gonna bend your will.
Yeah.
You gotta listen.
Yeah, at some point,
That's-
at some point you can't. Yeah, at some point it just gets crazy with all that, bro.
It does, huh?
Like the leadership, like it goes a long way, but it doesn't go freaking all the way, bro. You know, like with leadership and people like seniority and looking at it, like even with stand up, you have to do it for 10 years.
That's
to
what
be
they
good.
say, right?
Yeah, that's what they say. So it's like at the same time you can't put a number on or weigh that too.
But then there's that Asian guy running around with Tony Hinchcliffe who's 22 years old, 21 years old, killing it. You know what I mean? He's an Asian kid. I think some of these people, and this is conspiracy, so I don't know if I should get into this. Is it alright if I dive into it? I'm not saying this Asian comedian's an Asian plant from China who's had his genes modified to be super funny, but I do believe these individuals exist. We're like, I don't know, man. He could be a plant, because to your point, how do you become so funny at a young age? Because it takes life experience. It takes, because you talk about your life, right?
Mm-hmm.
On stage, right? Mm-hmm. So it's 22 years, relatively short amount of time on Earth, and then you see some of the better comedians. It's because they're old.
Yeah, they have so much experience.
Yeah.
Just
Wait,
in
other
life.
comedians? There's no comedian better than me.
Dude, I like that.
That's
I
kind
like
of
that.
it's kind of that way, bro. You kind of I feel like it still has to be competition, but good competition, not like crippling competition to where it's like you're trying to bring anybody down. Because I don't think that's the biggest thing.
There's no scarcity at the top. The mountain can fit everybody, by the way.
Yeah, exactly, bro.
You
So
got to
it's
be
like-
competitive with yourself, though. And if you ain't, you're gonna lose.
Yeah, that's the only. Yeah, anything else is.
Me and you
looked at
think
in
the
a
exact
weird way.
same. I think I used to tell my friends this. Like I used to tell everybody this, and this will be shocking to some people. I'd say I'm better than you, right? And it's not in a weird egotistical way. It's just like I got to think I'm better than everybody, and I hope you think you're better than me. Because if everybody had that like mentality, like I'm good, I'm better, like, and I want to keep striving to be better.
Yeah,
And it comes off as
confidence.
conceited the way I say it, and people misconstrue it as like he's a conceited person. He thinks he's better, but no, man. I want everybody to think they're better. I want everybody to like strive for this high level, because I call myself a competitive parent, and I've changed it to conscious parenting, like in the way I think about it, because I'm really competitive with myself. Like, man, I'll criticize myself if I was a good dad or not throughout the day. Like, fuck, man.
Yeah.
I that spilled milk wasn't a big deal. So, and I love being competitive. But to your point, man, everybody needs that. And if you don't have it, you don't get to the top, I think.
Well, it's like not about like a loss of respect either.
Yeah.
You know? You're just like you still have that respect, but no, I'm the best. You know?
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah,
like-
You have to be.
Yeah, I don't care where I'm
You're
at
your
right
best self. That's where it comes from. I'm better than you because I'm my best self.
Yeah.
And better than you comes off so conceited, and I hate saying that, but it's just a weird way of thinking where I'm not better than you if you're willing to rise.
Yeah.
Like, are you willing to say the same shit? Like, and then we're equal. Like, just
I don't
say, if you say I'm better than you, then I'm like, cool. You know, we both think the same. And I love when everybody kind of thinks in the same relative way.
Yeah.
And it's all love and fun, because that is the truth. And I think that the only way to get to the top in anything is to be competitive, to have a drive, and to not quit. That's the biggest thing I've seen. I mean, you look at who's still there, like George Carlin, never quit, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he was performing till he died. And I think that's how all the good comedians never retire. They never quit.
Yeah.
And so you gotta just accept, like, this isn't a career, this isn't a job, this isn't a career, this is a fucking lifestyle, homie. And my parents both did that with their respective careers, because it is I mean, they're still working in their 70s. God bless them.
Yeah. That's
But
sick.
I'd rather be doing comedy than slinging the law.
Yeah.
Making people laugh is, I don't know, it's such a fun feeling, I'd say.
Yeah, it's
Sure.
a fun time. Yeah, it's the funnest thing, bro.
But you make people laugh on the streets too. Tell me about I saw a recent clip of yours on TikTok, You're with Salt Lake City DJ. Is that? Tell me about that.
Yeah, so that's Oscar. That's my
Oscar? Okay.
Oscar, homie. I actually need to call Oscar back. I think I saw a missed call from Oscar, but
You're on the podcast.
Yeah, dude, we were out there. So we really went out there in 2021, like March 2021. And it was just like my speaker. And I went out there with my homie Fluke 801. But dude, and then we went out there, and then we met Oscar out there. Super cool dude. He was always riding on his skateboard, pulling up, like dope vibe.
Yeah.
Good mindset. So he's a good dude. But yeah, he's a DJ in Salt Lake City now. So everybody, and it's been popping off. I'll do stand up. We'll do hip hop. Like we'll rap. Like that's all just within the whole night. And then we have the DJ come on. Like it gets fun, bro. Let
me tap into this. So when I saw the clips on it, and I'll post your TikTok so people can go see what I'm talking about. But when I saw those clips of you in the streets with the Salt Lake City DJ, it reminded me of a book. It's called Blue Ocean, and it's about like doing things nobody else is doing, right? And nobody else is doing what I saw there. Like I've never seen another clip like that. Nobody's in the streets with the DJ doing like talking, like making a scene, and I love that. It's like making your own pathway. It's doing something nobody else is doing, and I love anybody who's taken that path, man. It's fun. It's performance art to me, and I've tried to adopt the mentality of like I like to see myself as an artist, and I want to be all encompassing. And when I see stuff like that, that's performance art. Like that's beyond being a stand-up comedian or whatever you're doing. That's just being an artist, and I really respect stuff like that because people don't understand it. It takes a lot of courage to put yourself out in front of people, whether it's on stage or in public. And I respect it a lot, and I think it's fun. But yeah. I don't like you, man. I don't really have the courage to do that. I think I do in some part of my life, but I'm building up to it. But for individuals who have the courage to do it readily, like you said, 10 shows a week or whatever your schedule is, different breed. Right.
Do multiple times in one day.
Yeah.
2 Monday, 2 Tuesday, 1 Wednesday, maybe 2 on Wednesday. But then gets to a point where I was doing 3 in one day. So it was like crazy going place to place, doing stand up, and like going in there, probably doing like 5-minute set at each place. But each place has their own, like they're running this, they're putting on for their place and stuff, and a whole audience. And then next place, same thing. So it's kind of crazy though, one night 3, and then like doing that long enough, bro, sometimes it's just like crazy looking at it. It's just like, holy, like I'm actually, stand-up comedy is like my whole life. So it feels like my life is like a circus sometimes, bro, but it's the dopest thing. Like sometimes the circus can be scary or something, but I feel like it's just a circus, bro. That's the way, it's been a blessing, but I just gotta keep building, bro, because that's the thing. This performance art for the rest of my life. Like, I that happened to me in like 2018. Like, I always knew I wanted to do something, but I went to Santa Monica. I thought I was gonna study political science.
I got an undergraduate in that.
Oh, for real?
Minor in constitutional studies.
That's sick, bro. See, that's what I thought I was gonna do, and then I went.
Sucks. You made the right decision. You're me if I could have been right.
Yeah, bro. If only you came to Santa Monica, because we were doing a petition. It was put term limits on the Santa Monica City Council because they were the richest city council in the whole nation, making $1 million a year. A lot of them in office for 30+ years. So
jeez, you're a heady kid at the end of it, and you just wanted to rebel.
Dude, well, they had to set this hostel, and so it's like people from all around the world that come to that hostel, like night in, night out. We were there for 2 months, but it was just cool, like people that would come and go in that hostel. But they were doing stand-up comedy every Wednesday at the bottom, and so I was like, "What is this?" So I like no stand-up comedy, but just like going in there, and that was like the first time really like, because I've been to shows and stuff, but first time looking at stand-up, like it was the weirdest thing, bro. Sitting in there, and a lot of people were from like Asia or something, so they couldn't even understand what he was saying. Like,
Jesus
that's
Christ.
the thing. But
I don't want
it was just crazy to see like nobody like still having to do stand up. Like, dude, this dude was getting pissed about one night because he's I don't know what race these girls were, which it doesn't matter. But
Doesn't matter. They're people.
But they were just talking, bro. But they spoke a different language, so they're all just like speaking their language, like looking up, bro. And so he's fine. He's like, "You guys want to get out?" Or I'm like, it got crazy, bro. I was like, "What?" But it was just cool seeing. And then I got home, and I was like feeling like inspiration, bro. Went to this like small theater, watched La La Land. It was like
Jesus.
after La La. Yeah,
What year was that made?
That was made in freaking 2017.
Oh, I was thinking it was like 1920s or something. La La Land.
Yeah,
so it's a new movie. I'm not familiar with it.
Newer movie. It has Ryan Gosling and everything.
Oh, I'm so out of the loop. Sorry.
No, my bad, bro.
La La Land. I was like, is this an old black and white movie? He's getting some deep touch. Like he's.
It was spiritual though, cause then I went and auditioned for this play, and that's what.
I saw highlights of that too.
Yeah, plays like that. That's my love, bro. And so is stand-up comedy.
You're like a lot of comedians. They also want to be actors, dude. So that's how you know you really got the bug too. Man, it's so cool to see, man. You got a special road ahead of you, that's for sure. And the path is just unrelenting belief in yourself, right? Because that's the whole thing. Because there's gonna be moments, and I think stand-up comedy is like, the whole world never believes in you. Like crowds don't, and some nights they do, but everybody's telling you should do something else.
Yeah.
Hey,
yeah.
Did you want to go back to school? Like, oh my God, why don't you? You know your Uncle Ted, right? Like, why don't you just go work with him?
Yeah.
And like the reality is, like, if you the whole world, and if it's not your family or your friends, it's the crowd, not laughing or not. But if you get past all these little things. I've seen the end result, and it's beautiful, and I can tell you got the mindset for it because you want to do acting too. Yeah. You got bigger things. I think about George Carlin. He's one of my big idols. My family's from New York, so one of the first comedians that was introduced to me was Carlin, and I watched his documentary recently on HBO and about how he had this huge bug for acting, and it never left him. But comedians are different actors because. At the end of the day, an actor is like, how do they put it? They can fill any empty vessel, but a comedian is themselves on a lot of ways. And they want to act themselves on stage, on camera. Yeah. That was Carlin's thing, right? So he wanted to act, but he wanted to act as himself. And he wanted to present that humor in an authentic way.
Yeah, and for me, I just want to do plays, bro.
Really?
Yeah, like stage is what really gets me. Like growing up, we would do like home videos with me and my siblings because there's 9 kids in my family. But I got the bug for plays, bro. Because getting into that first play, the funny thing is I played the first play I auditioned for. It was crazy to me. I got the part, bro, and I was so hyped. But I didn't.
Were you surprised?
What was that?
Were you surprised when you got it?
I was just.
You knew you had it, right?
So bad,
Yeah, you knew you were gonna get it, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that weird when you?
I was like, but then it was a young struggling comedian, which was dope because I was young and definitely struggling. So it was like people thought I was the best actor in the whole world, bro. Yeah, it was Clue. The whole story was Clue. So there was a murderer, So I showed up as a young struggling comedian. They invited to the house with all these other different crazy people. And that were like different backgrounds. It's like, oh, why are we all at this house,
Wow.
And each one of them, like, it's just like Clue, So that was fun. And
dude, you're
a long black coat.
Yeah, dude.
You got a lot of talents, man. I respect that. My father tried to introduce me to plays, so God bless. Both my parents were very. They wanted me to have a disruptive childhood. I think in Utah County, so. I got Car Wash, the movie, when I was 7 years. That's Richard Pryor, right? And then I got Cats. Like, I'm watching Cats. And that's the first play I ever watched. I'm like, what the hell? And my dad's like, you have to watch Cats. He's from New York. I'm like, this shit sucks. But I watched it. And then, man, just this whole...
Did you ever see Wicked?
Wicked? Yes, I have.
Wicked
illegally, by the way. I watched it. Someone went there and recorded it.
Oh,
yeah. And brought it back to Utah. I was like, check this shit out.
Dude, I want something because that was freaking crazy going Broadway Wicked.
Man,
Broadway's
it's cool to
a
meet
goal,
somebody
bro.
who knows about it too, because usually that's a chick conversation right away. Like, you tell a girl you know about Wicked? Man, that's a key to a heart.
That's how you get some ladies,
Watching
man.
Wicked as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Dude, no, for real.
Listen to Lana Del Rey?
Yeah.
Okay. You should now.
A little bit. I know a couple of her songs.
Yeah, anything women like. If somebody's like quick to downtrap, like, hey, I like it, cause look,
Grey's Anatomy.
ooh,
Right?
yeah,
Grey's
Women
Anatomy
love
is one of
Grey's
those.
Anatomy.
you get it, dude.
Yeah.
I've been forced to watch that shit,
Season
Oh my
6 right now,
God.
guys.
dude. People talk about. Oh, I want to bring this up. You ever have a girl? It's weird because it's so commonplace now, and it seems unusual. But men post pictures of fish, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is my trophy. Women do that with guys on some level. Have you ever had a woman take a photo with you? Like, what's this for? And like, they never post. Like, it's like a trophy. Like they like, I'm with
Yeah.
this guy. Like, I'm like, what? And people do it with celebrities, but it's weird when just culturally people are like trophying
Well,
people as
It's
a
not even
photo.
pictures sometimes. I had a girl just like this last week. Like, she screenshotted her home screen. I was like on the notification because I just sent her a Snapchat and she posted on her story. So it's like,
What?
yeah, it's like,
That's crazy.
it's like interesting. They just like,
You took that and inception. Like, you went layered and layered. Like,
Yeah.
you're way above me.
Yeah,
I didn't know they were doing that.
yeah, bro. I was like, what? Why is she posting that? Oh, I see. This it's kind of
She
interesting.
didn't even
man.
mean to. That's the.
Yeah, that.
Maybe.
Also, I'm just sitting here
There's
Huh?
some
talking
beautiful
stuff I
girls
don't
though,
know.
bro.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, too many nowadays. Because you want to know why? You want
Why?
to know why there's too many women? Because they figured out the recipe. All right, so before there was two attractive girls in town, and nobody knew how they did it. Right? They went to their local fitness center. The mom was showing them the ropes. But now these girls are showing everybody how they get their ass, fitted and fixed with that
yeah.
deadlift, and every girl's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I may be busted in the face, but I can get that ass. I can get that. I got a good okay frame." Like, and all of a sudden, like, you got 6s turn into 8s. You got
Yeah,
5s
it's-
jump into
It's
7s.
good to see. It's good to see.
We love it. We
Yeah.
love it, man.
It's healthy.
We love the performance. We love the dedication.
People are like, "Oh man, it's so awesome to see." You're right, and I really am blessed to live in the day and age too, where women take their glutes so seriously. And of course, I'm a married man, but you got to just love the appreciation of fitness lately, and
Yeah.
how everybody's stepping it up. Because if they didn't, I think people don't know the obesity rates of America, but they're pretty high.
Yeah,
So
sure.
to have a counterbalance to that, and I'm not saying it's bad to be obese either. I do believe in fat shaming and like bullying on some level too, which is a
Yeah.
weird thing because I think somehow some people need to be told they're a piece of shit or like you're not good at something to achieve a higher level. And the reason I think that, long story short, my mom was at a dinner with a bunch of lawyers and doctors. My father was one of the doctors, and it was a big stuffy room full of stuffy white old men. And nothing racist about it, but that's all it was, right? Doctors, lawyers, and one guy looked at my mom, and my mom was, talking to him. Hey, maybe I'll go to law school. He said, if you ever become a lawyer, I'll cut up my law degree. My mom was like 30 something years old. A couple years later, she sent him a photo of her answering the phone in this house, and with her little JD certificate behind it saying, "Go fuck yourself. You can cut that thing up now."
Yeah.
But the
I want to
truth,
see that cut up in the trash right
yeah.
there. That's cool.
But the same thing for a comedian. Like, what probably gets you going is the fact that people don't laugh. I gotta work hard. You know what I mean? Like, what
Yeah.
gets you is like, not that fat shaming needs to be done to everybody. Like, sometimes what people need to be told is like, you weren't funny that night, but you are funny. You gotta work harder.
Mm-hmm.
And so sometimes I
Yeah,
believe.
you were weird that night. Like, for sure. Like, some nights I go into it, and I'm like weird that day or something, but it's still like you still have to perform, and it's not like you can't always be hard on yourself. But like the times that I've done my worst, bro, the next time back, it's been the best time. I've
Rebound.
had. Like
Yeah.
great rebound.
Your subconscious has been working on all of those problems.
It's way better just to be freaking consistent though. That's what's nice is consistent good performances. That's some. But then you always hit that moment where you need that freaking
Reminder.
yeah.
Like, hey, you're not
reminders.
good. Like, hey,
Yeah.
you can't make it.
Like,
Yeah,
rap
you're not
shit,
good.
like-
Yeah, you're not a legend yet.
You need that.
Yeah.
And I get those on my podcast. I'll post like I think a banger, and I'm like, man, I was so fucking funny. Or like in my own head, or like I talk for an hour about some crazy shit, and I'll look at it, no plays, 1 play, 2 play. I'm like, man, what the fuck is this? I'm doing it again, motherfuckers. Can you hear me?
Yeah, for real. Oh, that's fuck. That's
I get
bro.
pissed off at my, you know, and
Yeah.
you really need that. And so sometimes I think it really is healthy. People are always trying to create this culture of safety and like you need a safe space. But sometimes, you know, I beat myself up so hard because everybody makes it safe. They're like, I still have no haters. Right? Like I've been doing this podcast 100 episodes. Nobody's chirping. Nobody's telling me like you can't do it. Like and it's weird. Like I anticipate haters sometimes, but silence is my biggest hater. Like no views, no watches.
Yeah.
And
Dude, that's the thing though. It's the same thing. Like you still have to, because there's so many stories of people that just like put like they're legends, bro, but then they don't get it at a certain time, you know, and like crazy stuff happens to them. So it's like even people still putting stuff out there when nobody's, you know, watched their stuff, and it's just like quality stuff, and it's funny as hell. You're just doing your thing, bro. That's why we need to switch that up, bro. I don't know, man. I just think you just keep doing your thing, though. You know,
Absolutely.
just keep putting that out there. And
I was thinking of this. I have a thing. You talked about the wrong side of the Marriott family, and I love how you mentioned that because if you're in Utah, you know the Marriott name because we got BYU. That's where they play basketball.
Yeah.
yeah.
And they got the business school there too. And I'm really close to BYU, so I think they have also what else do they have? A Marriott hotel in Provo. So they got 3 Marriotts here, and the family name is kind of well known. But so is my last name, Blakelock. I got this is the most, some say the most famous American painter ever is my relative because he went crazy. He went schizophrenic, and he started to use his own hair when he was in the sane asylum to paint some of the artworks. So
like he created a brush out of his own hair.
yeah, and so he painted cigar box. I was thinking like, I need to become schizophrenic to become famous because he was the first American artist to sell more while he was like because everybody became people say you can't make art while you're alive. That used to be the rule. You have to be dead to sell art. My relative was the first person who was able to sell art while they were alive at the highest rate ever. His name's Ralph Albert Blakelock, if you want to look him up.
Yeah.
But he never collected because he was in an insane asylum.
Dang.
Like, so his art was being sold in auctions, and he was just being kept in a box, cutting his hair and painting with it.
That's a crazy story. That's interesting for sure.
Marriott family's a crazy story too. I mean,
Well, technically, so all Marriotts are related. That's what they say, and we're related to the Marriotts, but it's like we're not related in a way where we're getting benefits from them. I mean,
Trust
my
funds.
dad gets to stay there for free. A lot of times he has to pay though too. That's the thing.
it's bullshit.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
You never
man.
should have to pay if your name matches the building.
Yeah, I should
Yes.
have room damages, and they come in and give me my breakfast.
Dude, we need to, for real, we need to stir up some controversy, some local controversy around here. Like the Marriott name needs to be not reparations, but something close. Like the family needs to take care of the family here. Like it's funny because I was looking up the history, and I'm going to be on a podcast. I mentioned this earlier. It's called Esoteric America, where I talk about the history of Provo, and it's fascinating learning a little bit about Provo and its history. And man, just the Marriott name pops up so frequently, and it's shocking. I've only been researching it 2 days, so I talked to you before all of this. And then all of a sudden I'm like, hey man, I'm finding your name and I'm learning about it.
Yeah.
And it's interesting. And but like you, guess what? My family never got a cent of that Blakelock art money. And we were on the wrong side too, brother. I have family buried next to like Rockefeller and other people like that. You go to New York, that's where my family comes from. Apparently the wealthy side of my family, they pissed it all away.
Oh shit!
Isn't that a crazy story?
Yeah.
And then they had to work it their way back up. Like my grandpa was a coal miner, made $1 a day.
Dude,
That's wild.
that's bang.
Imagine making $1 a day now.
Oh, I'd kill
Feels like
myself.
it, man. It feels like it. Not gonna lie, like, $1 a day, freaking $5 a day, I still can't pay for gas.
For real, dude.
Dude,
Editing. Then we'll talk about conspiracies because that's just something I've been thinking about talking about in my solo podcast recently
Yeah.
because there was something I saw on Instagram that bothered me by this person posting about just like anti-church stuff. Like,
see, that's why I don't see.
why are you preaching?
Yeah, you don't. I don't like anybody that's like hating on the church though, hating on Utah. Like I feel like.
Or hating in general.
Yeah,
in the wrong
hating.
way.
Yeah, exactly. It's like,
And why? Okay, the church.
You don't like it? Leave it. Don't go.
Yeah,
Who
there's
gives a
good things
fuck?
in there like. What are you hating on? Like, because you don't think it's true or something, so you want to debunk it and like affected you in your life because it.
Oh, you know the problem about debunking the church now?
Huh?
There's a huge conspiracy making its way. It's called the conspiracy about Tartaria. So maybe we'll start about this.
Oh shoot.
Okay, here we go. 1, 2. So I wanted to talk to you boys about Tartaria. Either of you familiar with Tartaria?
Tartar? No,
I've
not me.
never heard of it. No.
So Tartaria is the concept that there was this ancient civilization spread throughout the world, right? And so in America, these people were building some of our most famous architecture we know now. In Utah, some people might say some of our architecture is Tartarian. And in San Francisco on the East Coast, they'd say, that was Tartarian. And essentially, what I like to bring this concept full round is most of the people in the LDS Church believe that there's been a civilization in the Americas that was kind of advanced or well developed. And but a lot of people now are starting to believe that, and they don't even know about the LDS Church. They're starting to think, oh my God, Tartaria? There was an ancient civilization in America? I'm like, did you not get the LDS pamphlet? Like,
Did you not read that little book that the missionaries tried to give you?
Yeah, for
Bro,
real.
Rick Christ goes hard too, bro. I feel like that. No, I'm playing, man. But
It's funny, huh?
yeah, it's
but-
funny. It's crazy. That's crazy, bro. Keep going, man.
So I find it odd. Sometimes I think because people talk about psychological operations, and this is a new conspiracy that is getting more and more and more traction. And I like to think to myself, is the LDS Church behind this conspiracy that's making a lot of quote unquote conspiracy theorists think there were ancient civilizations in America that were building highly advanced architecture, were perhaps even from Europe or part of a different world, and then something happened. So I just love that conspiracy. I like bringing it in because most people who I've met from Utah don't even know about Tartaria or the conspiracy behind it. But to me, falls in line with the church.
Yeah.
And you guys don't know about it.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, do you know? I think his name's Graham, bro. I heard
Graham Hancock?
Yeah, Graham Hancock.
Yes.
Bro. He did this podcast with Joe Rogan, and he talks about like ancient civilizations in South America and stuff that were like just so advanced. It's just ancient.
Yeah.
They were here when nobody thought they could ever be here.
Yes.
And so it's like,
Here's another conspiracy. The Amazon rainforest, right? Some people think that was intentionally planted. So you think about like a garden or a grove. Like people look at the Amazon, man, that's so expensive. Maybe America did that intentionally. So not America, the Americanas or the American people. Because I don't separate North and South. I don't like creating borders.
Yeah, for sure.
We're all Americans here.
Well, like, dude, yeah. Even at the hostel, we were staying out. Like, there's these Argentine.
Were they German?
No, they're from Argentina.
But were they German?
Oh no, I just think they were from.
there's some weird shit with that.
Another conspiracy too.
Dude. Oh,
There's a whole German colony in Argentina. Entirely German. They celebrate Oktoberfest, and they popped up right after World War II.
shit. Was that where Hitler went?
That's what some people say.
I heard Chile too.
Dude,
I don't know.
But that's real. Yeah, Chile might be a nice
Chile
little
might be-
place.
I think that conspiracy, that's probably the one I almost believe in the most,
Mm-hmm.
is that Hitler didn't die in that bunker.
Oh, no way he did.
They don't even have proof of his body.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the skeleton that they have of him is freaking of a
Oh,
woman.
oh my God, really?
No.
Yeah, have you not heard of this?
No, it reminds me that when we sent Sweden a moon rock and it was petrified fossil, tree fossil.
Seriously?
You didn't know
I've
about
never heard that? No.
Yeah, we gave like Sweden like, hey, we went to the moon, right, guys? They're like, here's this diplomatic gift, and it's petrified wood. Because we didn't go there. And there's some other thing people are saying, like, there's so many fragments of the moon on Earth that have been collected here. I'm like, why didn't we give one of them to Sweden?
Seriously.
These idiots are dumb.
Yeah.
That is funny.
Yo, you ever...
Dude, that's freaking crazy.
The moon landing is... So you know how Hubble has its famous pictures and stuff like that? Yeah, and they'll say they could take a picture of a penny on the ground and you can capture the face of Abraham Lincoln with a space telescope, right?
Oh, wait. Oh, on the moon?
Oh, no, I'm about to get there, brother.
Okay.
But they'll say we can capture the face of Abraham Lincoln on a penny on the ground with a satellite, right?
Yeah.
They'll say that shit to you.
Oh.
You know what they can't do? Capture anything on the fucking moon that shows like the buggies we left or like the flag we like. Why doesn't anybody pull up a high-res photo from a satellite on the moon of like...
I'm buying a telescope.
Yeah. Show me the fucking buggy.
There's no picture?
No high-res photos. Like, think about this. You should be able to take high-res photo resolutions of the tracks left on the moon, of the buggies and all the shit left, because humans don't leave their shit. So you should be able to look up and see. And there's these grainy photos. So there are actually photos that show these things. Grainy as fuck. And then they're like, look at this beautiful galaxy. Billions of years. Like,
Just it's absolutely beautiful. So high def.
yeah, like what the...
And they can't get that. Yeah, that's funny.
Of the moon? Oh, man. And I'm not a big flat earth guy, but I love thinking about it. And just the reality of, like, every photo we've been shown of from space is pretty much CGI. Or, like, in some way manipulated. And, I mean, it's on par. Because are you familiar with... I mean, this is the conspiracy part. Operation Paperclip?
I think I've heard of that. But
You've heard of it?
Damn.
But I'm not
Oh,
sure
you're
what
deep.
it would be,
Yeah,
but-
he's heard about a lot. I was like, oh shit.
Operation Paperclip. So after the World War II ended, 1945, and we prosecuted most of the Nazis, about 9 people, if you want to count. Or I don't even know. It is a short amount. We brought all the good ones, quote unquote, who still killed people, who are scientists, over to America. So the guy who started NASA, Werner von Braun, was an actual Nazi. So like in our country, like Operation Paperclip, Russians did this. Like our whole, priority was like, let's bring these badass Nazis on. Like they're smart.
Well, because they're incredible engineers.
Yeah, like why would you kill someone stupid? Because they did something criminal.
Yeah. Oh, okay. That's crazy.
Justice, but justice isn't real in America. We all know that.
You got superpowers. We're gonna trap you up, make you use these superpowers.
Did you?
Yeah, that's freaking crazy. Bro.
So America, a lot of our high level like CIA, all these things happened right after we. I don't even want to get too deep in the conspiracy hole with you guys, but once we brought Nazis to America, you saw a lot of different changes in our culture, our propaganda, the way our country was run. You saw WASPs, Wide Anglo-Saxon, right? The European, Northeastern, primarily they dominated the political environment, kind of fade in power. So weird things were happening. And you can say, some people say WASPs are still in control. They are, and that's what a weird term, right?
Yeah.
Wide
This
angle.
whole time I'm just like, wait, what?
What a WASP? Wide angle of Saxon Protestant. Like, what is this shit? Dude?
I heard of mud daubers. I heard of.
For most of us, like it's weird when people think about like race in America. Like white people, they're all mutts, right? Because even if you go back to text like books written in the 1800s, they're talking about the white race in Europe as different races, and they somehow conglomerated every race into like certain boxes. So if you're from Africa, you're just black or African American. Like you're not Congolese, you're not Tanzanian, you're not Ethiopian, and they did the same thing with white people. Like, but reality, like everybody used to be identified in like little tribal or like ethnic ways, where like they've slowly been trying to close a box on all of us to a weird.
Getting smaller.
Yeah.
The world's getting smaller,
except
bro.
when you want a personal identity, because then you could be like a man who's a woman, who's.
Yeah. See, all
like,
that gets.
It gets crazy on that level, right? Like they want you in one box, but they'll let you pick a lot of other boxes.
Yeah, bro. Jet that's supposed to be able to like fly it. Like you can make it to Australia in 8 hours. You can make it to Europe in 4 hours.
Time travel.
Dude, well, no, it's a new plane they have. That's gonna be coming out. Like,
It's just like
it's Boeing. Boeing has it. Like, no, just like your trips are gonna be shorter now because they found an aerodynamic way of like flying this.
Because the Earth's flat.
Probably. No, it actually helps as round, bro. That's what they say sometimes because the whole like the streams, the jet streams and whatnot. I don't know. I've heard that shit. I don't know where, but
That's awesome, man. And one local conspiracy I'd like to talk about is the water in Utah. You've lived a few other places, and I just want to know, what do you think about the tap water in Utah? I like to tell people it's the best.
Ooh.
Colorado. Say that too.
We like Colorado better. Me and my older brother like Colorado better than Utah. When we first moved here, I remember talking about that, but Utah is like better than Nevada.
Oh, it's the worst. Nevada's trash water. You know it.
They don't have water like that.
Thank God someone else will speak up and say the goddamn truth, bro.
It's disgusting. Idaho has pretty good water, I'd say, but yeah, most of these states.
Hey, I have another question.
Huh?
Did you ever like a telephone that was like a football or like a clown? Like you either of you grow up with like weird little knickknacks like that?
Wait, say that again?
No. Telephones. Well, that's a weird thing.
It's
even
like
now.
shaped as like a football.
Yeah, like as a football? Yeah. Did you have cable growing up?
Oh, did we have Little House on the Prairie?
Did you have cable? Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, we had cable.
Did you have family night?
Did we have family night?
Oh,
yeah.
man, I love talking about family night because guess what? It's so weird. People grow up like, hey, you can't hang out on Monday?
Yeah, dude, it is. Like, what, bro? Seriously? What's up with Monday, dog?
Monday, dude, we can't see you.
Most of the week I wasn't able to see people, bro. Definitely not Sunday. Hanging out with friends on Sunday was like, what, dude? We couldn't even play sports on Sunday with each other. My parents were that anal about it at one point. You know?
Yeah, I love that, man. I grew up in a daycare.
And they'd walk through and they're like, y'all are playing football? You know, it's like, you're not supposed to be playing, like, it was like getting it sneaky, playing football, even in the living room, like, this is sneaky, but yeah.
We started playing football with pillows because they were quieter than
No
All right, I don't know
way.
about that.
That's wild.
Yeah, it's just crazy the whole, they were
Culture's nuts.
We woke up every morning at 6 a.m. My dad would play Come Come Saints on the piano upstairs.
Wow.
And like you'd be in your bed sleeping, all of a sudden 6 a.m. before school, it's still dark outside.
No fucking way.
Yeah, so many kids in my family too. So I go up there hella tired. It's like my older sister downstairs still sleeping. They're like, go get her. I have to go downstairs.
Sounds fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Cool. I love it, bro.
Walk in there, bro. Her fan's on hella loud. I'm like, I gotta wake up the beast. This time she freaking like. Yeah. He's so angry, bro. Or something. I'm just like, don't shoot the messenger, bro. I'm tired too. I'm just like I was not trying to be the one who had to go get someone downstairs because a lot of times it was like cold, you know, and stuff. But
and you're a kid.
Yeah.
Gotta face repercussions.
Yeah.
No matter from, it's weird when you're a kid because like everybody can be mad at you, right? Like your parents, your siblings, like
yeah, for real. Every single person.
And like everybody's like always keeping you in check, man. I love it. Although I did mention like kind of my LDS experience, I went to a daycare until I was in 5th grade, and the daycare provider was legit, like 9 kids, LDS, like a prayer at lunch, you know, and it was such a different climate for me to go to, where like all of a sudden I was allowed to swear at home, and if I went to their house and I dropped like if I said damn, if I said crap a couple times, and I mean it, crap, had to be talked about.
Dude, that's crazy when the words are even like that. Too.
Yeah, and Tabasco on the tongue if you did say a word. Like there were punishments. Like you said shit. Come over here. You'll never like hot sauce.
Yeah. You know the freaking. You know what happens when you do that, bro.
Man.
Like one time I was riding home on my bike and my sister was behind me, and the chain broke and I like hit my, you fall, hit your stomach, or handles, whatever, and I said shit. And my sister hurry and rides home, and she goes tells my mom.
He ain't hurt. He said shit.
Yeah, and I was like, what are you doing, bro?
No way.
Dude, that's freaking
God.
Yeah.
For real, I had a brother snitch on me too, and he wasn't even part. Like he did try to fit in the church at one point, but like, my parents were out of town one time. I'm like, I'm like, perfect. I got a bong set up. My friend just brought over some weed. And then we're all lighting up the house, dude. My brother, of course, comes like Jiminy Cricket checking in on me, dude. And I'm all, oh, fuck, I know it's him. And I run and jump in my bed and pretend I'm asleep and leave my friend on the couch with a bong.
Oh, see, that's...
Cold.
Nobody snitching on anybody, but what I did... Nah, I'm not going to snitch on him, but... Sometimes you gotta take the fall for
Oh,
shit.
yeah.
So, like, he was innocent, bro. I had to take the fall for... And he did, bro, a couple times, my little brother. Looking back now, it's like...
Legend.
It was his job. I'm not snitching on him, so... There's different times where I'm just like, yo, bro. You gotta take a call on this one.
You do. The heat. Parents used to take the heat, too, because sometimes people would call and say, like, hey, is so-and-so home? And you used to be able to say... I don't know if you guys were part of this generation. Missed me a little bit, but... My siblings would say, like, yo, nobody's home. Like, hey, Mom, tell John that I'm not home, or, like, I'm doing something else. And other people would lie for you. Like, that was the best. You don't even have to lie.
Yeah.
Like, hey, yo, Mom, cover my base. Don't snitch on me. Tell the homie I ain't home.
Yeah. Like,
I'm vibing down here.
Dude, for real, though. Those are the best days, honestly, growing up.
You guys play church ball?
Yeah.
Really? Was it competitive? Any church ball fights?
Oh, yeah, there was a couple where it's like, yeah, it starts becoming an issue in the whole game. They're like stopping the game and stuff.
Yeah.
Is that how you broke your leg? Church ball?
No, it was at a church, late out of church. I was acting like Westbrook.
That's called church ball, bro.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, were you playing in a church?
The organized church ball?
No, well, if it's in a church,
Like just pick up.
it's church ball.
anything,
People
right?
forget, like, LDS go hard. Like, we'll be at the church unregulated.
Yeah.
Like, no, they ain't no refs.
They need some.
Yeah.
They need a highlight
I do
cam
that
up there.
every week.
Yeah.
On Wednesday nights.
Dude, that's my
Yeah.
friends, too. When you all of a sudden, like, hey, it's 12 o'clock, and then a massive text thread goes through your phone, like, meet at the church, ball. And I love that. It was a different time to be alive, man.
Yeah, for real. That's the best night, right? The worst is when like you walk in, nobody's there, it's locked or something, you can't ball. And those are the worst nights, bro. Don't you think? Where it's like you think you have church ball and then you don't, because the church is just dark. Is because that week they have something.
Yeah,
So like,
we already have the room.
Yeah.
I was actually an extra in the movie Church Ball, so I like talking about
Oh
it.
shit,
Yeah.
dude, that movie's. We couldn't watch like anything past PG
No
on
way.
Sundays.
You know the championship game?
Yeah.
I was at that church. I'm in the crowd.
I know like
The
Singles
championship
Ward.
That's
Singles Ward.
No way.
Yeah.
Dude, why'd they stop the Mormon movies, dude? They were
No, dude, I was in the
banging.
Mormon movie a
Seriously?
couple
You
years
were?
ago. Yeah, out of Liberty.
God,
I
that's
was part of the
cool.
mob. I was part of the mob, but I was just like, it's background, but they still gave me, because I looked Joseph Smith dead in the face, bro.
Lucky.
Dressed up, young mob member. Hey, Joe Smith! They were like one dude walking in, and I'm just like following. I'm just like part of the freaking entourage, the squad, you know, but I'm walking right next to the big dude that's just like, I'm just like, yeah, let's get it. You're gonna get the Mormons in the jail cell, you know, Joe Smith in there, and then another scene coming in, they all just like chained up, the ball on the ground, and I'm like coming up, just like looking them dead in the face, you know, they don't have enough people to freaking protect them right there, so it's just like looking them in the face. Dude, that was a freaking intense scene. I feel like I was like kind of nervous. I was doing a little bit too much. But I wasn't looking at the camera or anything. But I was like getting into it, bro.
Performance.
Hey, somebody pay this camera.
I love that.
Dude, it's fun, but get paid for it too.
I like how you expand past, because some people stay in one, like, you only do stand, like, you'll do like, your mind is so adaptable, and you're ready to, like, oh, I can perform here, or I can do this type of art, like,
Yeah, I'm there for it.
yeah, it's kind of a special thing, like, I don't know, man, it's so beautiful to be around that, because it's rare, because a lot of people, like me, unfortunately, I've been told what to do my whole life, and I listened. It sucks. It wasn't until I was 27. I was like, well, I listened till I got a master's degree. I was like, go to school. You got to do it. I'm like, okay. And then I went to school. I'm like, well, you got to go to more schools. Like, fuck that shit. And so I did.
Seriously.
So I went to more school, and then at the end of my master's program, my father had a little bit of a health breakdown, and I'm like, oh, he's 70, and he didn't do what a lot of the things, I don't even know. I was like, fuck that. I'm done with school. I'm done with education. I'm going to do exactly what the fuck I want. And thank God I married a lawyer, because that's the only way I'd be able to do it. But I just committed to being myself authentically 100%. But honest to God, I was doing what people told me until I was 27 years old. And it's a crazy thought. Like, yo, you were 27 when you finally like said, I'm going to do what I want?
Yeah.
And so I'm 31 now, and, you know, it's different. It's been a long time to be here. But, man, it feels so good to see other people like you and Brady, like, you're doing what the hell you want. You're over here. You don't give a fuck. You're talking, sharing stories. We're talking flat Earth. I don't know, you know, what Nazis and how bad they are.
Yeah, dude. Well, we used to be addicted to sneaking into things.
Really, I like that.
Yeah, so like.
Who'd you dress up as?
No,
like construction workers or?
No. Because
sneaking in. I like stuff like that.
Yeah, we snuck into the. So, dude, we got to a point where we were
sneaking
into jazz games, right? But we're sneaking in a different way. Don't want to spill all the beans, but then.
Yeah, don't.
But yeah, we got in there, bro. But then eventually we got in there with no tickets into the coaches' press conference, players' press conference, back in there, bro, without a ticket to the game. We filmed this whole shit, never released it. Freaking my brother's perfect camera, his first time ever coming.
Are you fucking joking?
I swear on everything.
I feel like you're spinning some good yarn, bro.
Dude.
Is this a movie you're releasing later?
Oh, it should be. That time period was crazy. Sure. That time period was crazy because my dad started this business. It was called Hugs. Okay. And so, it's like dudes pay to cuddle with women, but yeah, they pay to cuddle with girls, but it has to be like only cuddling, and they get 1 hour to do it. But he was also, dude, he was also starting up this dealership at the same time, so it was like. A lot, like it was.
That's a low-level pimp. Sounds like.
Yeah, and then it fell on me to do it, bro. So I was doing security and freaking marketing, bro, on Backpage. I'm like,
dude, how many roses does it cost?
No, I'll get 3 dick pics a day, bro.
God, that's nuts, bro. It wasn't for me and my friend, but I used to be on Backpage like another man with me and my friend. Like, Backpage was all about like prank calling, and I don't know, in Twitch early days. Like, we would be on Twitch, like, everything was about, like, pranking and calling people and being about that. I love it's so funny. You know Backpage?
About that, dude. The Backpage.
Prank calls.
Oh, dude, we put, there's a lot of crazy stuff on Backpage. Because we were putting this out there, but there's crazier shit on there. Like, I'll be putting, like, because I thought that was weird, but there was crazier shit on there, you know? But
certainly.
But then dudes reaching out, but they're relying on me to get appointments and everything. But I was with my dad, like, it's a full business, like, in a business mall. It's in a little strip mall, freaking, like, right off of 7200 South in Salt Lake City, like, behind the motel.
Low-level pimping.
Yeah. Dude,
that's crazy.
Interviewing each chick comes in, like, my dad's talking to him, I'm sitting right there. It's, like, in this, like, business room. They come in, they're like, hi, like, dude, this one girl smelled like
God, dude, dude, does genius run in your family? Dude, schizophrenia is in mine, but what's going on, bro? That's funny, bro.
Dude.
He got his wife to come to the interview. Like, let me talk to these young broads, but you're gonna come too.
Yeah, well, dude.
You have to, right?
Get all the because we had like 4 that we hired, right? 4 girls that we hired, and there's 4 rooms in there, and each
4 horses in each stable.
Yeah. Oh, bro, dude, each room has freaking just like bed, a lamp, and everything. It's like a room, but it was before we opened.
Is it
so
still open?
We're still gonna pay them, but like my dad wanted like them to like practice like dudes coming in. Oh, go back there cuddling, you know, because it can only be cuddling. That's the problem. Is I'll be watching the security cameras once this whole thing opened, I'll tell you about that in a second, because we were freaking...
Jesus Christ, it brings me up with my next idea. I'll tell you in a second.
It was freaking, just, you know, gotta, like, cuddle with them and stuff, which was kind of... The whole experience was weird, bro, but then security, watching on there, it was kind of, like, sketchy.
You tap an alarm, beep, 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 when the hammer down the pants.
The girls meet the dude at the front, they walk back, walk into the room, come to us.
I've been to a brothel. In my mind, but yeah.
It did get busted. It did get busted because this one girl snuck in after hours and banged this dude.
Whoa.
But the thing is...
She liked him. She should have just kept it at her place.
I know, for real. I had some gray area too. That's the thing. When we heard about that, bro, I thought like when I got the call, my dad was telling me about this, like something going down. I was like, here we go. I'm screwed. But then all of a sudden it wasn't. And I have gray area.
It's like you were just on your phone while something was happening. Like you were watching the cameras.
No, okay. This one time, bro. Leave. So we left, but leave the phone. This is horrible. But leave the phone. I go somewhere real quick. Leave the phone. FaceTiming the screen.
That's the laziest shit I've ever heard.
I'm not even
No wonder it got closed down.
It was like, alright, they're good. Hold on, I'll be back, ladies. I'll be back. No, but and I don't even have anything. I don't have a baseball bat or anything, so I don't know what I'm supposed to do with someone. Like I'll just be like, hey, quick.
Give him the finger.
Hey.
Yeah.
I didn't know. Dude, I had to go. Brady was there a couple times, so Brady was like, Brady, go knock on the door right now, because this dude taking off his shirt or something. Like, he's getting ready to, like, freaking bang back there, but I specifically told him, this is cuddling, this is conversation. I know, and stuff. And
it's called an escort online.
Well, it was me acting like the girls texting. And so they didn't have to worry about
anything. Holy shit, dude. What a detail to drop.
Dude.
Your text game's on point, dude. I guarantee. Girls meet you and like, what the fuck? How does he know my move?
No, but they pull up with these girls, bro. It's like, that's the thing. There's some, like, actually, like, kind of cute girls. Like,
oh, sure.
One of them ended up being she's a porn star now, unfortunately, but.
That's cool. I got porn stars in the family, so it's no big deal.
Yeah, you gotta give respect for respect.
Yeah, it runs in the family, dude. I don't know. It's a weird thing.
She was always freaking crazy, though. Mariah, what? But
that was one of the best stories that has ever been told on the podcast, and I actually have a Patreon, and sometimes I think, like, should I save things for Patreon? By the way, I usually do. Oh my God, 2 hours?
No, really?
Yeah, well, I'll cut and edit this. We're probably about an hour and a half once I trim this shit down. Dude, nuts. I can't believe that was one of the coolest stories I've ever fucking heard, dude.
Thank you, bro.
And you've been holding it in your back pocket?
Yeah.
This guy's, we're an hour and a half in, he starts to tell a story like that. Holy shit. Oh my God, I'm fucking thirsty after listening to that. I'm gonna take a break right here. Jesus, bro. That was fucking on.
Bro. We need to, that's the thing, just talking. A lot of times, like, when you think of something to say, I've learned this with stand-up. We were talking about this coming over here, actually, because where we were at before, just like, anyway, dude, it was just like, you have to, it's like, you really have to, like, be diving into your memory and stuff, you know, it's like brain exercises. Your brain is a muscle, you know, especially in something you want to do, bro. But it carves pathways with you guys know this, but it carves pathways.
I don't know shit. Don't assume I'm smart.
It's in your brain, bro, so you can create better habits, you know. It's a different trail you're blazing in your mind, or
certainly
easier trail.
Let me tap in. Can I tap in?
Tap in
to what you were saying. I think having a conversation is like archaeology. So when you have a conversation with someone, and if you're really smart, I got corrected by a 7th grader on this. If you dig up dinosaur bones, you're called a paleontologist. So he's like, I love dinosaurs. I'm like, you're going to grow up be an archaeologist. So it's called a paleontologist. So, but the whole point of that is when you have a conversation with people, like, you're digging up something you don't know what it is, right? Yeah. Like, and so, like, as you both participate in this activity, you dig up things you didn't know you knew, or you couldn't think you knew, like, and that's what the whole point of having conversations is, and that's why they try to keep us from having those in the past 2 years, because one of the reasons this podcast is the way it is right now is I realized pretty quickly, like, everybody in the past 2 years was trying to replicate, like, oh, you can, a Zoom call is personal. Right. Like, we can have a podcast. It's a Zoom call. Yeah. Or like, everything, no. You, after this, like, this is a experience. Right. Like, people get confused about what a podcast is sometimes. Like, oh, I'll tune in, I'll check it, it'll be like a visual. Like, that's why, if you look at Joe Rogan, he doesn't do Zoom podcasts. Mm-mm. And he doesn't even fucking do introductions. Like, all of a sudden, podcast starts. People are talking. Mm-hmm. You don't know who the guest is, who the title is. He doesn't really even introduce them.
Right.
Yeah,
It's such
like,
it starts, bro. It's so natural. It's so. I keep snapping my fingers like I'm fucking in a coffee house.
yeah.
I like what I say or something, but like it's true though, man. I don't even know what the fuck I'm like. You
say
talk
coffee
about
shop? You say coffee house?
yeah.
Yeah, dude, you should come. I do stand up at a coffee shop on Mondays, but it goes crazy because they have music after the
Really?
stand up. So everyone will come for the music, but they
they see
don't
you.
even know stand up is coming. Like the audience doesn't, so it's like go out there and it's like, what's up?
I'd
What's
love
up?
to watch you live. Yeah,
Yeah,
bro.
dude, you should,
Man,
yeah.
I can't believe I haven't
That's always
done
a
that.
fun place too. The
I feel like a
coffee
bad
shop,
guest
Theta
not
Beans.
having seen you.
By the way, Theta Beans, I left my football and my notebook there last Monday, so which I'm gonna have to get. Dude, I haven't had my notebook. I've been using a different notebook, but they're probably reading through some weird-ish in my column.
Yeah.
It's my column notebook too, which is.
Gotta decipher that though. I don't even know if they'll understand it.
I know that's the thing.
Because like you said, bullet points. They're like, what the
This-
fuck is that a bullet point for?
bitches.
Bitches. Is that Tupac? Is that a Tupac song?
GTA. Is this dude a thief or like?
Bro, it's weird. I don't know if this is true for you. Do you guys have posters growing up? This is a question. Like on your walls, like what? I know most. I mean, from what I've
Yeah.
gathered, like I assume probably the Prophet might have been on a wall or two, or
In the
Jesus
house.
Christ.
In the house, not
This guy?
necessarily in my room.
Yeah,
But
this guy, that guy, yeah,
Yeah.
dude, Jesus. That's my main man right there.
My
No, dude, I don't know. Like in my room, it was more like sports.
yeah. Tell me how your room was decorated as you grew up. Did you share rooms? Like what was that like?
Yeah, Brady, you go first.
Dude, yeah, I mean, I share a room with my two little brothers, all grown up,
Wow.
and it was just like, yeah, mainly we'd get like an Austin Collie,
Dude,
poster, put it
you're
on our
young.
room.
Dude, Austin
freaking-
Collie.
Holy
Shout out
Yeah,
Austin
yeah,
Collie,
yeah.
dude.
No way. You know Paul Kruger?
Paul Kruger, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Dude,
I'm not gonna
freaking-
name drop him, but family friend.
Paul,
Really, that's dope.
that's a dope freaking little name drop too.
Yeah.
We went to the 'cause our grandpa, he played football for BYU.
Really? Last name?
Marriott.
No way.
And then my dad played football for BYU too. So
No
like,
way.
yeah, right. Disappointments right here, man.
Yeah,
You
we're the
two are like
generation that didn't do it, so
The
it's like-
thinkers.
No, my little brother probably will. My
Dude,
little brother, the
hopefully.
littlest brother,
Shout out
he's
Mike.
he's
It's
a dog,
weird how
bro.
some people get minds, some people get bodies, and the greatest
Yeah.
gift is when you get a mind and a body.
Yeah.
And then I don't even know who those people are, right? Like, who's
I'd
a-
rather take them. At least mine though, like doing different things that way. Like not being able to play pro sports or something and still being able to do something. It doesn't matter if you're this, that, or the other, bro. You're creating a picture and it's a moment and like making people laugh and stuff. So I'll take that, you know. I'll take just being able to do it, bro. I don't care really. Like I do care about where I stand. Like I want to improve. Like headline these places, get paid for
You
it.
will,
You know,
yeah.
like. But overall, bro, just freaking doing it is so sick. Like every night, like just driving down there, it's like listening to music and everything. Like it helps my whole day. Like my whole day is about that, bro. And I still have another job. I fix people's credit. You know,
Really cool,
I'm
cool.
a credit advisor, but
Can
I
I-
just work from home.
Can I talk about prayer?
Right, yeah.
So I believe in prayer and manifestation. So like sometimes people think that prayer is like something, and in the LDS church we grow up as like prayer is something you do before you eat, and I think it works, by the way, and it's crazy. Like you should be blessing your food. Like it sounds weird, but there's studies, you can look them up, where people like, hey, they blessed the water and the water changed. Like you bless your food, it's not a joke. like people don't even get it. Like it really. It's not a joke. It really does fucking work, and as someone, if you know who I am, I sound crazy coming off that way. Like I was never about that. Like I was just like I'm on the outside looking in at this culture, and I believe it works. Not because of the culture, because of other things I've read, which is the nuttiest part. Like, and that's the whole thing about the church is. Like you look into some of these practices and the practice of prayer. I think this, like language, no matter what, you're always, whenever you're talking, this is my little conspiracy. Prayer never stops. There's this weird concept where people think prayer is like a solitary moment, but prayer is anytime you're talking. You are God's voice. Like you are always talking.
Wow.
Like God's always be like, and that's why you shouldn't curse people. That's why you should be mindful of your words, because your words impact the food you eat. They impact the people you talk to. They even impact people who you're talking to who can't hear you.
Yeah.
Like it's weird like that, and it might
Changes
rebound on you.
The atmosphere.
Yeah, like I think prayer never ends. That's why like comedy is prayer. People go to comedy like it's church. Like, 'cause it is prayer. They're all praying there, sitting there quiet, like they're folding their arms, like listening, waiting for a response. Like, God, make me feel different. I want to laugh. That's what everybody goes to comedy. Like, they go in there like with a prayer. Like, I want to feel different. Because I came in here, I wasn't laughing.
Yeah.
And I need
Some
to.
people still not like.
For real though. That's me as a kid. I'm thinking about a story right when you said that. My parents took my first comedy show ever. Hated it. I sat there, third row from the back, third seat to the right, and I stared at the comedian the whole time, didn't laugh. Hated it. I hated it. I was like, why did my parents bring me here? He's not funny. Like, this sucks.
Dude, I mean, that's me a lot of nights, bro. Like, when the shit is, I was like, bro, this is like some weird bar, something. It's like the stand-up that's going on, whatever. But it's just whole different atmosphere. I think with the whole just like breaking the ice and something, like being able to be vulnerable and whatnot, like that is something like as an audience, they'll go through their week a lot of times thinking differently just because whether they thought you did well or you could fix this, like it still like carries. They're like, like maybe I could do that, or maybe it was just crazy seeing that because it's like actually live performance, but it's like someone's been training, so it's like they're coming out and they're like actually a performer. So I feel like people don't understand like performers and performance art.
Sure.
It's freaking.
What you do is I don't want to put you into an object, but I see you as a spotlight, right? So you tell people what to look at. Like you're a spotlight. You're directing their attention wherever they come to you because they don't want to think. Right, and so you're spotlighting all these other things, and you're guiding attention, you're guiding consciousness, and that's what language is. It's a way to guide consciousness in anything. And sometimes I'll be in a conversation with my wife, and it'll be very, I guess, linear. I'm like, man, I gotta get out of this, and I have to remember I'm a spotlight. Like I could say, let's talk about whether Antarctica's a wall or not. Like I don't know why we're talking about this frivolous issue, but I can actually spotlight anything. I have a superpower, right? Like I can just take your mind, like let's go here.
Yeah.
It's like
seriously.
let's just go. Hey, let's go to. Is Antarctica really a wall around the? Is Earth a cup?
Yeah, dude, I love that, man.
Is it?
I freaking love that.
Is it? Are we sitting? Is Earth a cup sitting on a turtle?
Yeah.
On
You
a
don't have to have like the conversations that are just like. Whatever, like certain conversations, like you can really just freaking go wherever you want to, like talk about the most interesting things, bro, and just like go there,
Yeah, because you're a spotlight.
Yeah, I love, dude, that freaking things you say, bro. I feel like you're spotlighting for me right now, man. I'm looking through the scope. I'm like, damn, bro, this is crazy. Looking at Saturn for the first time. I actually did that not too long ago. I don't think it was Saturn, it was Mercury or something.
Really?
Yeah, it was kind of
That's
good.
awesome, bro.
Seeing for the first time.
Learning. I'm calling you Galileo.
I'll go in there, bro. He bought a sniper.
No way.
No, not a sniper. What's it called? Telescope.
I call it a snapper. Fuck
Snapper.
Telescope. Dude, you're on the point. Dude, that's the thing about youth, right? Like youth, you're trying to grow out of it right now, which is funny. You wanted to be like a square. You called it something so original, like a child. You were a child for just 1 second right there, and you called a telescope a snapper. I fucking love that, bro. Like, the mind of a child, like, the fact that you could capture that is so cool. Never, like be that. Call it a snapper. Fuck a telescope. He's got a snapper, dude.
Yeah, straight up, bro.
Snap.
I think, like, space has always been a crazy thing to me. It's just, like,
sure.
freaking...
You and Alex Jones both. Alex Jones doesn't believe the Earth is flat because he has a telescope. So you're probably like a globe earther. Like you're looking at round dots, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. You get it.
Yeah, a little bit. Get it, bro?
That's fun, bro.
Yeah, dude, it is crazy though how like what you brought up about the moon.
Yeah.
How there's no selfies. No, I'm playing. No
no photos.
No high quality. What were you saying? It's not
like high def
High
images
def, yeah.
of like the tracks and stuff. That is interesting.
Yeah.
I've never really thought about that.
Yeah, why
So
not?
it's- yeah.
Should be there for like everybody. Like if you have some truth, like if I was the government, I'd want my best propaganda. I don't want a blurry photo.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if you think of all the power they have, they should be propagandizing the best they can. And when you find a weak spot, like, oh, what's this? You don't like that doesn't make sense to me.
Right.
Like you can take a photo of that, but not this.
yeah.
Fuck that. I don't even know what's going on.
Have you seen
Yeah,
the
I
new
would watch
images
that.
of like the new telescope? that
Yeah,
they
the
have?
bullshit.
It's like
It's a tax fraud.
Oh, for real?
crazy.
Yeah, well, they look how do you put it? Like low effort. So like you imagine like I don't know how much money both of you have, but imagine like you put together a couple $1 billion and you put something in space, and then they're supposed to take a cool ass photo, and you're like, man, that sucks. You could have housed a lot of homeless people with that money. But people would be vibing off it though. They love the new James Webb telescope. I think that's what it's called, right?
Yeah.
It's such bullshit, dude. I can't believe people buy into space, dude. Space is real, of course.
Yeah.
But like what it is, I think it's a secret.
Maybe.
Do you think? I really think it like they can't tell us the truth about the world. I really don't think they can about anything. Because if they told you,
Yeah.
like think about this,
Sure.
if they told you both, if it was just common knowledge, like, hey, the power of God lives inside of you, what would that do to your ego? If the power of God lived inside of you and you could do God's work, what would that do to your ego? Like if you really woke up to the
my ego would be gone.
yeah, like but
It would be it'd disappear.
if you realized you were attached to some like really ethereal, like high level spirit,
Which I think we are.
We
too.
are,
That's the
right?
craziest part.
yeah, but they don't want you to know that.
Dude, that's a crazy question. If you knew it was in you, how
Yeah,
would you act? Like where would you
if it was the
go?
truth, if
Yeah.
it was the gospel, like God lives in you, brother.
But I have faith it is. So it's like why, like where's the disconnect?
Yeah,
You know.
I like-
Where-
bro, you bring up the word faith, and I like language. So like when you're in a court of law and you're being cross-examined, if a prosecutor says you believe you had the thing, you're like, oh, that's doubt. Did you know? Did you have faith? So some things like I don't have faith God is real. I know God is real.
Yeah.
Right? Like, so sometimes people get confused about words. Like there's no doubt in my mind about some things, but faith even then leaves a bridge to walk across you can't see. And I have faith in a lot of things. I don't leave that word out of my vocabulary, but I know some things. And it's weird when people try to create doubt. Like here's another word, privilege. I hate that word.
For real. So
Oh,
it is
bro,
kinda
bro.
rough.
You mean blessings? You mean what it was called 10, 20 years ago when like, oh, those are blessings.
Yeah.
Like God had a part in your life. But now it's like,
Yeah.
oh, God doesn't have a part in your life. It's the system, it's science, it's a structured, engineered system. You actually aren't blessed. It's socially engineered, it's socially constructed. You have no free will. You need to repent like it's an original sin. Like, so privilege is now, like, they've taken religion and some of the concepts and they applied it to science. So in science, like, original sin is being born with privilege and guilt. So, like, I have to pay that off through reparations and saying I'm sorry and voting the right way, right? Like, it's a fucked up system we're trying to be engineered towards. I don't even know why I'm talking.
No,
No, I mean,
You two are my guests.
No, 100%, I agree. It's
It's a hard hole to leave you two in because you two don't give a shit about that stuff. But let's talk about
I don't know.
I'm talking
it's
to-
interesting. I think it's interesting, but at the same time, it's like it gets
bogged down in the
Trying to
weeds.
figure out what other people think about a certain matter, and like I'm just like, oh, dude, like I see it the way I see it, you know?
That's how it should be.
yeah.
Just tell everybody the way you see it.
Yeah. Dude.
Why are you trying to tell everybody the news of the story, somebody else's story?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we all have our own freaking like perspectives.
Mhm.
We're all seeing life at a different angle. It's
And-
just like
Everybody wants us
why
to,
not bring that value to something?
yeah.
Yeah.
And don't adopt another view, right?
Yeah.
Like be yourself, and that's the hardest thing, right? And if you're a stand-up comedian or anything in life, like if you're an entrepreneur or a business person, everybody's trying to tell you to like do something else or not be yourself. Like there's this whole weird momentum of culture. Like you got to fit in, you got to be a round circle for a round peg. And if you step out, you have a huge ego. You think you're special?
For real, that's the one thing right there, bro. It's like, yeah, it's like, oh, well, I don't think you're that special, you know, so, and stuff. It's like, all right, like, dude, God's within me, bro. I have, like, I believe in that. I believe that is the case, bro. So, like, when you brought that up before, it's like, dude, for real, though. Like, and what you're saying about where, like, the things you talk about and you're spotlighting, you know, a lot of times I feel like, I don't know, man. I need to, you know, remember that, you know, I'm part of something bigger all the time. Like, I feel like it's not always on the forefront. It should be, like, that should be right there.
You're
know?
young as hell, though.
Yeah.
You two are trying to worry about the future, like thinking big, but you're living. You're running and gunning.
I just want to do, like, do big stuff. Like, for real, like, do big stuff, do pranks, do all this, like, the stuff I've been doing my whole life, you know?
Yeah,
like,
authentic.
Why would I not? Like, well, because I don't feel good. Like, I'm not welcome and different.
I know exactly how you feel. No. I know. No. Yeah. Like, to be yourself is so hard because you have to approach so many thorn brushes that you pretend. Like, I pretended to be something for so long in my whole life, and then now all of a sudden I'm gonna be myself and like really share my thoughts. That's gonna hurt people's feelings. Yeah. That's gonna do a couple things. Yeah. Like, and it's big because I talk a lot about disabilities and like my whole life I've worked with people with disabilities, and I have a big angst with that community in some ways. And so, you know, like, yeah, the way I talk about that community now, I burn bridges with the bridge, like the past I built. And I just know what you're saying. Like, when you are like, it's such a hard thing to, here's the truth. When you become yourself, you accept that you're going to burn bridges. You're going to tear things down. Yeah. And it's crazy because that is the only way to become yourself, because you're raised and conditioned by other people. So to finally like establish like, all right, I appreciate like what this person did for me, what this person did for me, and how I was raised. But like, yo, for me, it was 27. Like I'm done. I'm done listening to you. Like I can, and I like this. I say the word retarded now. I say the word gay. Like if I want to use a word in a certain way that I want to use it, because when I use the word gay, when I was growing up, and when I used the word retarded, it didn't mean what people make it mean now. Yeah. I take control over language, and nobody's going to limit me anymore. And I know exactly what you're saying, man, because it's one of the hardest things to break through. And I'm breaking through it every day. Before we did this podcast, you said you wanted to be episode 100. I've recorded 3 1-hour nights trying to be episode 99, because it'll be it's a big deal for me for you to be 100. Dude, and I want 99 to be the last time I talk by myself for an hour, and then I'm gonna advance as a person after this. But it's so hard. I've deleted those. I didn't post them. So like it's weird to even doubt yourself, right? Like I can't say that stuff. So I didn't post it. I'm like, oh, people won't like that. Now now I have 500 followers. It doesn't mean shit. Maybe if I post that and I hurt a couple of people's feelings, oh my God. And then like this weird sick thought gets in my head that stops me from creating. And that thought I fucking hate. And any thought in your own self that tells you to not do what you want, and I'm trying so hard to overcome it, and it's because you care about other people. You care what other people think, and it drives me nuts that I care. And it drives me nuts I take these things personal. But I resonate with what you said so much, brother, because I'm still trying to let people know that I want to say what I want to say, and I want to be who I want to be. And you know, sorry if it hurts your feelings. Don't listen.
Yeah, like
don't look. Like I don't know. Yeah. Like I'm a car crash, I guess, or like I'm a sideshow. I'm a freak. Like let me be my freak. I'm gonna freak out over here. You don't want to look. Like I need to.
That's just and it's crazy when it's like that's the fight in the head. You know, like telling yourself that. Like when you're, you know, I call it the bitch mindset. Like when it's telling you, you know. Like, don't do this, like, making you feel insecure about this or whatever, you know, when it comes to, like,
certainly
wanting to create and whatnot, but it's, like, talking to you, like, no, like, I'm still going to do it, like, fighting against that, bro. That's something that should be, like,
it's a dragon that lives inside of you. That's the whole thing, like, all these archetypes that are presented to us, like, we forget, like, oh, climate change is the demon we're supposed to fight. No, it's what you were just talking about. Climate change isn't what we're supposed to defeat. What you just were talking about, that is the dragon. that we all experience. Like, you don't need to worry about climate change. You don't need to worry about nuclear war. Like, whatever you just talked about, that's the fear we all need to conquer inside of ourselves. And I think the media and everybody's trying to make us fight something outside of ourselves.
Yeah, make
But
you
like,
lose your mind.
yeah,
Make
like,
you
hey,
lose
fight
your
this thing
mind.
you can't defeat. But what you talked about, you can overcome it.
Yeah,
Like, you can.
Yeah, but it's an everyday battle. Like, it's like the army still pulls up to fight you every day.
Sure, but can you
And
defeat
different
climate
army.
change?
Yeah. Oh, climate change?
No.
Oh, no. I said, yeah. wrong
You spend
time.
your whole life like my parents. Like, they'll work their whole life trying to overcome that. Or like, I don't know if they. My parents don't care about climate change, but I'm just saying, in some type of job.
I look at, like, hopefully we can one day, you know.
I don't
Like,
give a
I
fuck the
concern
climate.
myself with it. No, but like climate change, I'm not even sure climate. See, I don't want to get into.
Let's talk about. Can I jump?
What's it? Yeah.
Can I jump in before
Jump.
you do?
Jump.
So they're trying to make us feel responsible for climate change, but in Utah, are you familiar with chemtrails?
Chemtrails?
Yeah, as a conspiracy.
No.
So chemtrails is a conspiracy that the government sprays our skies with chemical trails. And so now so that's chemical conspiracy.
Like in planes and stuff?
Yeah. So now let's talk about Utah and its legal code. So let's talk about facts and reality. Utah has legalized cloud seeding, which is spraying of chemicals in our air, either from the sky or from the ground. So you can talk about this subject from two different angles, and you can appear crazy or intelligent. And it's one of the most beautiful topics ever, because I can meet people who say, they don't spray our cow. Those are condensation trails. Like, the real people who really think they're smart. And I'm like, well, let's just look to the law. Let's look to what we codified.
So what context are they like coding it in?
So it's called
substance. Is it like a plane that could be flying over the crops, and that is defined as the plane that's dropping dust?
Yeah, well, it's something close to that. That's a great question. No. What you're tapping into is so fucking good, Dylan. I love that, because it is even chemically spraying your crops considered chemtrails, and I love that question. But it goes bigger than that. What I'm talking about, in Utah, we spray silver iodide from planes, and we shoot it from the ground to create cloud storms or rain thunder systems.
Yeah.
So in Utah, we do this, and my whole point with climate change is, they want to tell you you're changing the climate, but we've legalized climate change. So whose fault is it? So it comes down to fault. Like, so we've already legalized changing the climate. We've been doing it for a while. Now they're trying to tell us that me driving my car or like whatever is the cause of climate change, when they've actually been spraying our skies. They even have rockets. They're called anti-hail systems. So, like a rocket launcher pad, they have these things, but they shoot into the sky and they go, and they explode silver iodide, and they create thunderstorm patterns. So yeah,
that's a real thing.
It's a real thing. Shit. So they're called anti-hail systems or anti-hail rockets, and you can talk about this subject in two different ways. You can sound crazy, or you can sound like you care about the climate and you're working to change it.
Sound crazy.
Yeah. So chemtrails, man, and climate change. So that's my whole point about climate change is going forward, the government and the whole system is going to tell you you're responsible for changing the climate. Well, they've already legalized changing the climate, and they do it every single day, and they try to. They can control hurricanes. They can direct them. They can misdirect them. And there's certain operations our government has done to do these things. And one of the ways they found out is dropping dry ice in a hurricane pattern, or like different things like that. And so so you think about Hurricane Katrina, or you think about a few of the things that have happened in our country's history, and you ask, why did it happen, or why did they let it happen?
Yeah.
Climate change is all fucked. So sorry. People are like, what? Our government changes climate? They do, boys.
Dude.
Yeah, it's a tough thing, because now I hope the weight's off your shoulder. It's not the plastic straws. Okay? It's not the fact that you're driving a gas vehicle. I don't know who's changing the climate, but I know our government's actively participating in it. So that's a weird thing, huh?
Yeah.
But they want to make you feel guilty for driving a truck or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But
I don't know if you guys drive trucks.
They're trying to make up for it probably, or something. Or they're just probably trying to control you in some type of way.
Yeah.
You know? But like overall, I feel like, well, after a while though, I don't know. It's probably bullshit. Climate change. You know.
It's always changing, isn't it? It'll be
yeah.
changed like when you walk outside from the time you came in, right?
Yeah, for real.
It does change.
You know, the weather is crazy that way.
If you don't like the weather, wait 15 minutes. That's an old adage in Utah.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
that it's such a weird thing to think. Like in Utah, they say if you don't like the weather, wait 15 minutes. Or like 20. Like that's a weird thing to grow up.
Dude, I love that. I'm gonna put that funny little thing to hit on.
Oh, no worries.
Dude, where's my phone? Freaking, I'll write that down.
And we're
Okay,
two minutes of
I guess
it.
we had the whole podcast. Yeah, that
Yeah.
I'll
And I just realized we're 2.5 hours in this. What time is it, by the way, fellas? Do any of us know? I don't have my phone either.
9:48.
9:48. Holy shit. Let's wrap this up. Is that cool with you?
Yeah, let's wrap it up.
Jeez, man, this has been a blessing.
Dude, this is
Oh my god. Hey, I just want to say thank you for guys for listening. This is the Provo Kid. I got Dylan, Marriott, and Brady. Taylor.
Yep.
And where can people find you?
They can find me bwt.2015. That's my
Perfect.
Insta handle.
It'll be in the description below. And Dylan?
Athena Beans on Monday.
I love it.
Ice House. Shout out to Ice House.
No way.
We got Wise Guys Tuesdays, Wise Guys Wednesdays. Got the Streets on the weekend, and then we got Tabernacle on Thursday. You know, that's people need to come to Tabernacle. Actually, shout out Tabernacle. Tabernacle is the spot that is about to blow up.
I'm gonna clip that and we'll put that in. That's awesome.
Tabernacle
Man.
downtown by Bruce Chris.
Roots Chris, dude,
Roots
keeping
Chris,
it
yeah.
classy. Hey, God bless you both for being here.
Thank you.
I feel like I need to throw more drip on you. We're gonna help you
Don't
both
worry
out.
about it.
Hey, and if you guys need any, I'm not in here. If you guys need any other questions or if you need to know anything else, find it in the description below. But God bless. Another local band. Let's do any local music shout outs before we go.
Fluke 801.
Yeah, Fluke 801.
Perfect.
He's the best. He's best in the city.
Okay, I'll message him soon. And
Best in the country.
can we play him? Like,
Yeah,
is that all right?
I'll talk to him. But yeah,
Perfect.
Yeah.
I'll try to get him on. And I'd love
yeah, that'd
that.
be sick, bro. He's the dude you gotta meet for sure.
Can
I'll make that
maybe
happen.
even on a podcast.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be sick,
We
bro.
have to make that happen. This kid is dope.
Yeah.
You guys are legends,
We can play
right?
beat, have
Dylan.
rap.
Dude, he's a legend. Like that dude has more talent than I've ever seen, bro.
Straight
I just want to get a little
up.
bit of talent like
Yeah,
him, bro.
for sure.
I'm like trying to get like for me, I'm like carving a different way for myself, doing things differently. But I feel like he has some crazy talent. So yeah, you have to make. You
I
have
feel
to
like
check
all
out.
you guys there, down doing right between Twist and Alibi, you know. Oscar's got talent. He brings in that freaking crowd every night, dude.
Mm-hmm.
And then Dylan out here doing the
Yeah,
stand-ups is
Oscar.
just like
SLC DJ.
they've been out here for 2 years doing this, so everyone knows
Yeah.
who we are. Like,
Synergy. Working with each other.
Yeah,
Yeah,
God, I love that.
that's the thing. Figuring out how to work with each other, but
it's talented
Wow.
boys.
What's the old quote? Like, what's it called? Faster alone, farther together.
I think I've heard that recently. Yeah.
I don't know. I fucked it up.
No, yeah, but I do.
Something like that, right?
I know what you're talking about.
Like, but yeah, if you work with people, like it's a community and everything, and I love that. But don't get stuck in the wrong community too. It's like,
True, yeah.
because like people, like there's two ways up, and some people go the wrong way.
Yep. It's one way or the other, bro. So.
Hey, God bless you both. I can't thank you enough for being here, and we're gonna do it again. That's for sure. Hey, God bless you all. And
Thank you.
this is Provo Kid.
Shout out
Provo Kid.
Are you keeping it? Are you breathing it right in for you? Is it sinking in? Are you slipping in? An epiphany, where are you? Through the minimal, sort of mystical, and it has no meaning for you. Superliminal, barely visible, immaterial, where are you? Dripping on a moonbeam, islands on the swell. Feel like something's blooming, colors on the waves. Could it be revealing motion in the rain? keeping it? Are you breathing it right in for you? Is it sinking in? Are you slipping in? An epiphany, where are you? Through the minimal, sort of mystical.